really.
Get upset, man.
Dan has hated this job.
I mean,
No, I'm just ambivalent towards it.
he's very ambivalent towards it. But since
He's just already prepared for us to disappoint him with this heist.
I'm trying to figure out how to actually manage this heist.
Well, we have Taran's dead body. We can use that.
And no one is auto going to crit fail their first roll. That matters.
I actually could get lightning.
Where's my girlfriend?
Oh, are you looking at spells that you have?
Yeah, I'm looking at spells that I can get, and apparently lightning requires 6 air spells, and I have 5. Mostly because I wanted to get to concussion. So I really just need to get 1 more, and I qualify for walk on air, which is kind of cool. And
Yes, more people pick up spells that I can casually block. Also, I need to improve my innate attack later because, damn, I am only rolling against a 12 for shooting things with it. Shit, I'm going to cause more accidental fire.
I mean, didn't you take Pyromania?
Yeah.
You monster. Why would you do that?
Because it made sense at this point.
Fine.
But, yeah, I can freely throw 3 dice of burning damage out.
How many?
But I can't easily aim it.
How much dice?
3 dice.
Hey, that's how much a punch does. Are we all here?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Ricky is talking with Nick in secret private area.
Is Dave
And
here?
I'm assuming Dave and Laura are both using the same voice chat thing.
I mean, I haven't heard Dave say anything yet. Oh, hey, look at that. First good news I've gotten all week. Apparently, your blood type will affect the severity of corona.
Interesting.
Oh, and is your blood type likely to be less severely affected?
Apparently, people with O blood type have reduced severity. But it needs to have more studies done.
I mean, O is also just useful in general.
I am not your bloodworm. Stay away from me, Lore. You vampire. I didn't actually mean that to offend you if it did.
No, I just had a mouthful of potatoes.
Giggity? What kind of potatoes? Are they mashed? Are they smashed? Or are they baked?
They're roasted crispy.
Roasted and crispy? What is roasted and crispy?
Potatoes.
Lore's sex potatoes.
I was going to say Terrence fingers.
Look, you're the one who went giggity, okay?
Oh,
That is
yeah.
definitely your fault, Izzy.
It is. So,
Your fault. It was your fault.
so when...
Actually, a minute. Izzy, I have to drag you to private for a second.
oh, God, but I'm doing the recording already.
Before you do, I need to tell you something.
Me or him?
You,
Yeah.
Izzy.
Yes.
I just updated my disadvantages. Do you want to know? So, my disadvantage for Aiden is duty, parentheses, Aiden. My disadvantage for Taryn is just called Taryn.
Fine.
It's loaded.
I was like, what is this disadvantage? And it's like, Taryn. proximity to Terran.
Yeah, mine is called Terran (Public Association).
See, this is why I can't be friends with Terran. I really shouldn't be given more points.
I mean, everybody else can apparently get points just from being in the same vicinity as me.
Oh, like mine has a reason.
No, mine also has a reason. It's because if shit goes down, then people can assume Anya will actually take care of it.
I appreciate that.
Yo.
All right, drag me away, and the recording will now know my dirty secrets.
So, Izzy, it's a very simple thing because I might need to know this session.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I will need to know it, but I might do it. Where did we put those spells that were for the goose again?
Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me pull up the character sheet for that.
Yeah, just resend me the spell list because that's what matters.
Hold on. Oh wait, the entire spell list?
The entire spell list. Yes.
Shit. Magic. Okay, I have the entire list of things that make sense for people in the Goose to know. And then I have things that were put ranks into by... Actually, I think he put ranks into all of them. That's... Okay, I guess there's probably more than just this, but this is a pretty comprehensive list.
Okay.
I will...
Just PM me that and I'll be good.
I will export this.
Okay. I'm going to drag us back now that you know what's up.
Sure.
All right. Question, answer.
All right, so Nick, I was
Yep.
able to tweak things around a little bit. I also now have walk-on air, lightning, and explosive lightning.
A+. And Kristoff is doing the work of becoming a turret.
Basically, a very stealthy turret.
Nobody is surprised.
Until there's suddenly lightning shooting from the sky.
Well, no, I mean, there'll be lightning, but then I just go fade back into the trees, and no one can find me.
We're no strangers to love.
Tree strikes you with lightning. I see how it is.
Yes, then they're like, did that tree just hit us with lightning?
And
And then Sean starts casting tree illusions. Yes!
or you just make it look like the tree that Aiden already animated is the one that cast things, and really.
Or better yet,
Now,
I stand there, and when they say, like, why did you hit us with lightning? I point at the tree, and then the tree points at me.
Which of you did it?
yeah.
It was
So I need to start throwing more points into animate plants so I can trivially do this.
Yes.
No. Clearly.
Okay, so if anybody ever listens to this thing, it's out of context. It's very confusing that Nick asked me for that bit of information. I will not say any more than that. By the way, Nick, it's in your PM.
What? Okay, fine.
I'm gonna listen to the recording afterwards and find out your dirty secrets, Izzy.
Yep.
Ricky, please don't. It will actually shatter your image of Taryn forever if you hear this.
Yeah. Also, I would expect that to be out there, but...
More than Terran already has?
I mean, yeah. You don't want this information.
Me, I'm gonna get your secrets.
You are correct.
Izzy, you don't want to know.
It might be that Ricky wants to know, but Eirik would lose what little soul he has left.
I mean, no. Like, I think both Ricky and Eirik do not want to know this information.
Get the package just in case it is
In or out of character. It's not even so much what the information is, it's the fact that I, the player, have this information.
You're making me more curious every single time you say anything, and I feel like that's not your intent.
Or is it?
Yeah, I mean, really, this is what we're talking about. That is absolutely his intent.
Like, Wex thought I was being completely serious when I was talking about Monster Hunter skills interacting. And I had him staying on for another 45 minutes talking to us to disprove me. And I was just trolling him the entire time.
How rude.
But that's the Lord's work.
It's true.
Then Izzy was the monster.
When was I never the monster?
Izzy's always been the monster.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays Charge Blade, that motherfucker.
I was talking to somebody about starting the game trying to play Charge Blade, and they were like, "You what?"
I mean, I did that.
We told you
I
not,
had a great time.
You're also you.
Like, I did just post a video of my hero, of the person who beat Fatalis without using a weapon.
What?
Yeah.
He used bombs, poison smokes, and all the artillery stuff. He never... He drew his weapon only to carve off pods.
This game is played by crazy people.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I heart this person.
It's not quite as bad as Dark Souls, but it's still pretty bad.
If I may just say, we're no strangers to love.
No, you may not.
But you know the rules.
So do I.
Yeah,
What
but you
rules?
don't.
Wait, what
There
rules?
we go.
A full
We're good.
commitment's what we're thinking of.
Alright, so... Anyone else have mechanics or point spendy questions for me before game goes?
I have a statement.
I am a god.
What'd you say, Laura?
What I thought Izzy was about to say.
I was just going to say session 18 for Goose and Coffee!
Hooray!
Hooray! We stole this horse, right?
We stole an entire carriage. Though, how much is it stealing when it is we killed the previous owners and took it?
Well, owner.
Like, I feel like that's a level above stealing.
We only killed one person, and it was a Terran.
No, we killed. Well, okay, yeah, technically, other Terran killed the dude I had back.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure other people died in the area as well.
I mean, probably the villagers, but none of the bandits.
I will say that it's a little more likely that the horse and wagons belong to the villagers, and the bandits stole them in the first place.
So we did indirect murder theft.
Yay!
I ain't no Robin Hood.
Though also, didn't we kill one of the other bandits as well?
We didn't.
We killed a decent number of a few bandits.
We killed one who you took back to interrogate, and the other one is chill and is hanging out with Taryn. Until
No, you also asked someone a question at the very beginning and one-shot him.
We did not. I mean, we one-shot the dude out of the fight, but other Terran is the one who actually killed him. No, we did actually kill someone, because there were two prisoners, and there was one where it was just like, yeah, no, if he breaks his neck, we won't actually miss him.
Yeah, pretty much. But, after that, you were all hailed as heroes for very good reason, given way too much, grain and flour and random root vegetables for a person to reasonably carry, so that's sitting in the wagon.
Sweet.
And then there was the notice that there's an army coming across the river, camped on the other side of the river and getting barges that they're going to cross with. And that's where I decided to get involved with that plot.
So first question, how long has it been and how reasonably healed can we assume ourselves to be? Because that's actually relevant on this time.
back at full.
Necessarily.
2 days worth of healing.
With a person with healing spells that I assume is going to get us all back to full.
Not necessarily back to full, given just how far down we are.
Yeah, I would not count on that. My rolls are good.
Oh.
But not that good.
And to get
So we need to see Victor roll for everyone.
It's okay, Victor. You don't need to roll for
Oh,
me, Victor. I feel
also I
fine.
believe with Nick, how does herbalism work with medical treatment for natural healing again?
You can roll against the better of the herbalism or the person's HT for natural healing. This is assuming you're not actually doing significant effort, which you can't because you are still at negatives.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
I have a question for Eirik, actually, related to the more assassination than heist.
Yes.
So, with all the people that are coming across the river, do you suspect that the leader of the army would be on the first march across, or if not, where he would how far along in the procession would he actually come across the river?
This is where Eirik is allowed to roll like strategy. Introduce a
Aha.
fact.
He doesn't have
And by strategy, you mean tactics.
Yes.
Hey.
Most
Any chance I can
strategy
assist with that,
RPGs
since I
are
also have
actually
a
tactics
skill?
games.
Actually, everybody, just
That's a fail by 4.
HP from natural healing plus Aiden's help. Don't bother rolling your HT for that. So everyone heals 2 on top of whatever Victor does over 2 days.
Okay.
Hooray! I am at -8.
Nick,
What?
can I go above my cap?
Izzy, that's a stupid question. The answer is no.
I know. It's finally useful.
Okay. So each day I'm gonna roll major healing and minor healing once each, and we'll see how far that gets everybody.
Oh, how many? So you said 2 days have passed, so.
That'd be 24 rolls in total, I
You
think.
don't need to roll for Terran.
I feel like the answer is, if that's Victor's plan, just assume he winds up passing the rolls, given he can rest for an hour and retry before he takes penalties.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
I feel like it's not very interesting to make you roll 24 times for this.
It's more that the penalty does not reset just because you wait an hour for the day.
I still feel like this is not an interesting thing to actually make you roll 24 times.
So
That's fair.
Assume successes.
Then we'll assume 1 success each for everybody on each of those, which is I cap out at.
I think that is 12 HP healed for everybody.
Yes.
Day or total?
Per day, I believe.
Per
Yeah.
day, so 24 total for everybody.
We're probably at full health.
I'm not.
Okay, yeah,
I
I'm
am.
at full health.
I'm still down 4.
Yeah. It turns out the tanks have a lot of health.
There.
Sir Eirik, I think we need to do the thing again.
Oh. An arm funeral?
Taryn will hand you his arm. we are now being hailed as heroes. I expect most of the village will be in attendance.
Eirik will very quietly get together a very appropriate goose ceremony for this arm. And I'm assuming that Taryn's running around talking about how important this funeral is.
I'm gonna say, we're gonna be burying one of our comrades of arms today who fell while we were
No.
fighting my evil brother.
No.
That's going to get people to show up, yes.
I mean, I'm not saying that to get people to show up. I am misspeaking the word. I'm misspeaking a preposition.
It's true.
Yeah, you're really not wrong. And that's the problem.
I really wish I
part is
had a
physically
spell
hurt.
to just animate that, somehow make that arm appear of the yes, this is what's getting buried midway through the ceremony.
I mean,
But I'm not a necromancer.
if it was 2 days ago, I could probably still get it to move.
And isn't that a creepy thought?
Okay, what kind of gathering do we have for this important ceremony?
People, there's a fair number who are like, it doesn't feel like this is our place to intrude on this. And some others who are very confused when they see what the ceremony actually is.
Don't worry, we wish we were as confused as you are.
So Eirik will say some nice words out of the Book of the Goose and slowly lower this arm into the grave.
Taryn will reach into his bag and hand over a few fingers that he's been saving.
Burr, burr, burr. Burr, burr, burr.
Anya is going to take a swig from a flask of alcohol and just empty the rest of it into the grave. Because fuck this.
Pour one out.
So,
The hand is going to get incredibly drunk immediately upon contact with the alcohol.
does anyone have the equivalent of ghost sound?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to be
Yeah.
What are you expecting me to do with the sound?
Squawks. Not goose. Chicken.
Make bird deity noises.
Honk.
Honk.
Yeah. Aiden will be having a drink and not be pouring any of it out because why waste waste a good thing?
Mm-hmm.
He is not participating in this in any way.
That was my favorite not to be confused with my brother, who also had arms. He's also dead now.
So that role was to convince Sean to actually do the goose thing.
I don't think he needed much convincing.
He said he wasn't, so I think I need to, and I did fail impulsiveness, so...
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think what would be any modifiers for that, but like, okay, yeah, you know what? Fine. Do I pass the roll for sound? Yes, I do. There is one very long, ridiculously loud honk at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Sir Eric. It's a side.
Can I tell what's happening?
Seeing as how Aiden will have to have muttered a rhyming couplet underneath his breath when he does that, I'm pretty sure you can. And I'm pretty sure you would have seen the Anya going over to talk to him beforehand, so...
Yes, but I probably would have tried to move to block sight, and how close are you actually?
Yeah. How far is this from, like, where can actually get a drink?
I mean, it's a burial, so I'm assuming that this isn't happening like in the middle of the town square because it is a dead piece of person.
I'm assuming this is happening in the woods.
Yeah.
That is generally where one buries things.
It's where my arm would have wanted to be buried.
That's a really terrifying statement. I don't know
So
what I
Aiden
expected to
probably
say.
has only gone with for the excuse of drinking in the woods.
Just drink in the woods, and no, seriously, you control them really hard if you do this.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
just need to
fine.
know if I know or not, because if I don't know, I'm pretty sure I just witnessed a miracle. And if I
I'm pretty sure Hyrick would notice. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure Taryn wouldn't.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me roll observation.
I mean, if you want to make this funny, Ricky, you could roll observation to see whether or not Eric notices.
It could just be it's just perception in this case.
I think for extenuating circumstances, I have to roll.
You do know that if you fail, you have given Aiden carte blanche to fake goose noises to trick you into.
Yeah, but Nick knows why I have to roll.
Yup.
Oh right, he finally took goose as a disadvantage, didn't you?
Can I roll observation? Because it's better.
You can roll observation because it's better. Laura just noticed the pun.
I've just passed, guys. That is my observation score.
Were we at penalty, Nick? Because the service was being held most holy.
No, not in this case at all.
Oh well, it was worth a shot. And I have no regrets for that pun.
I'm debating if I need to roll
You
impulsiveness
shouldn't.
to go
Good.
smack Aiden for, ruining a very somber ceremony.
Do you realize it's him?
I passed by 9!
Yes, but you don't. Izzy, you still don't understand how magic.
That's true.
I don't think Taryn gets a roll for this.
Taryn will just be like, the goose is after me again. And then run away.
To the woods.
Can I? Let me check my honesty today.
The last time we heard a goose honking like this in the middle of the woods after burying body parts, there was a fey deal. Ah!
I passed my honesty roll today.
So you can have coffee or you can't.
No, so I can both have coffee and lie, which means I'm gonna call after Taryn as he's fleeing into the woods. It's because you keep offending the gods, boy. You gotta live right.
Yeah, Anya just loses it at that point.
And is this when Kristoff tests his new thunder spell?
Thunder spell or lightning spell?
Lightning.
Even better.
I mean, I do already have Thunderclap, but it's far less useful.
I mean, I'll still be healed up before the rest of you after this.
Yes, but
But this is funny, and that's what really matters.
That's why I'm saying if Kristoff lightning struck me, as Eirik is calling that out to me.
I'll roll a disadvantage for it. Hold on.
The most appropriate statement.
I want to see.
I don't shoot you with lightning.
Darn. You callous son of a bitch.
See, the funny part is whether or not then if you had struck Taryn with lightning, Aiden would have allowed it to happen or deflected it for the purpose of showing off.
That's a good question.
Yes, being kind to Taryn is indeed being mean to Izzy.
It's true.
I built a character to take punishment. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
yeah.
Look, Izzy, don't worry. I will make sure Taryn suffers for everyone else in the party.
Gee, thanks. That's so comforting.
Mm-hmm. Alright. The funeral out of the way, and many confused villagers who aren't really asking questions, but you can certainly see on their faces that they have some. They're mostly, if any of you ask, they're mostly attributing it to strange customs from down south.
No, this is not a strange custom from down south. This is the fact that that's Taryn.
Yeah, keep the boy happy.
They're mostly attributing it to strange customs from down south.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I believe there was a question that Dan wanted to have advice on military matters rolled.
Yes. Trying to figure out where in the procession the leader will be when those barges start going across.
Oh wow, we got sidetracked.
We did get very
Guys, it's only been half an hour. This is pretty good for us.
Oh, sorry. My original roll was a fail by 4.
I'd say we got distracted by a heavily armed group, but the whole point of that was that it's not quite so true anymore.
Yeah.
Get out.
That arm was terribly heavy.
I do not do better on strategy either, or did just as bad though. Actually, would savoir-faire apply here for where would the leader be?
Do you have savoir-faire military?
I have savoir-faire command.
That would apply.
Mine is savoir-faire whatever type of nobility I am.
No, yours does not apply in the slightest.
Can I roll?
Damn.
Can I roll tactics or
Oh, I
strategy?
failed by 1.
You're all useless to me.
Can I roll tactics or strategy?
If you have tactics or strategy, you may roll it for this.
I mean, I don't have either, but I would like to roll them at default.
Do either of them actually allow default? Because aren't there
Yes,
some that don't allow defaults?
IQ minus 6.
You are not allowed to. You automatically fail.
I'm actually just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna roll my own tactics just because no one else is passing.
Yeah, I failed my strategy roll, which I actually had skill points in. If you want, I can roll tactics because it's actually possible for me to pass.
Pass by 1. All of you suck.
For some, actually, you passed.
I failed by 5.
Good lord.
Yeah. No.
Well,
I'm reminded I should probably buy this up later.
okay, guys.
It's on the long list of things.
I failed by 7, but it's not a crit failure.
We continue to prove that we are only useful to Kristoff as a distraction.
I mean, that's
Accurate.
I mean, that's what Kristoff thinks.
I mean, mission accomplished if that's the case, guys.
Boy, howdy, Taryn!
Oh boy.
Taryn is the distraction that keeps on giving.
Now, in reality, from what we know from last session, is that assumption is deeply, deeply wrong. But
What assumption?
The assumption of what is deeply, deeply wrong?
the assumption that you're all just I just use you all as a distraction.
Yeah.
He uses us all
It
as meat
worked at
shields.
the start.
Yeah, it worked right up until I missed.
Twice in a row.
Yes.
Sometimes the dice just hate you. Look at it this way. You didn't die this time when the dice hated you.
That's true.
You almost died.
I was only at -1 times my HP. It's fine.
I was at -37.
Yeah, because you're a freak. I mean -1 times my HP, which is -10.
Okay, so the answer is, it sounds like Chris has an idea that, given that level of pass, I'm going to say the commander is probably on one of the first barges that will land. We're not sure if it's the first one or the second or third.
Nick, please get closer to your microphone.
Good enough. Yeah, so basically he'll be on one of the first 3 barges. Hopefully the first, but probably not. Or at least maybe not. That said, so Nick, you had said anywhere from 20 to 40 people per barge, depending.
Yeah, 20 to 40 people, depending on how many supplies they're bringing with them versus how many extra people they're bringing with them.
Right. One other big thing. So the army is huge. We can't fight an army. That's just stupid. But depending on how many barges they have, if we can destroy all of their barges, that will stop them from being able to cross. And if we can even destroy most of them, that will severely slow them down, especially if we can break their command structure as well.
So what I'm hearing is we need to set their base on fire.
I mean, yes, if you can set their bases on fire and I can electrocute people that are out on the water on the barges with explosive lightning, yes. The problem that we run into is that if he's not on the very first barge, there's going to be people on our side of the river because we don't want to be on the side of the river with the rest of the force. And we only have 2 people that can fight at range with any sort of regularity.
But what if we disguise...
How far is the range that you care about?
I mean, as long as they're not on as long as you can hit them and they're not on the shore, it's fine. So we can get fairly close. I mean, I can also we also know where they're going to be crossing, so I can easily put down a couple of spells as traps for the first barge.
Yeah, I only shoot out to 5 meters reliably.
I feel the need to remind you guys that the max range on most spells is 50 or 100 yards, and the river is half a mile wide.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna have to wait till they get relatively close to actually hit them. But that is a good thing in some ways because it means that we're not going to be dealing with more than hopefully 1 barge, but odds are we'll be dealing with probably 2 barges. We're not going to be able to fight all of them because 40 to 80 people is a bad idea. But we can at least accomplish the objective and get out.
So the objective is destroy the barge.
Well, it's mostly kill their leader. But yes, destroy the barge is also a good secondary objective.
But we don't know... Well, wait. But we don't know what he looks like.
I mean, usually they're good. I mean, he's obviously going to be equipped better than his average soldiers. Shouldn't be too hard to pick him out from a crowd, especially with the people with military experience in the group.
Eric shakes his head at this. Shameful.
In what way?
It's
Pick them out.
no, yes, that he's better equipped than his men.
Taryn will look down at Taryn's greatsword. Look at Irik's 2 magic swords. Look back at Taryn's greatsword.
I already rolled for that.
Also, some of them were because Hyrix boss said, "Here you go."
As a player,
Boss is in air quotes in this case.
as a player, I feel like I should be protesting this plan. In character, I feel like I can't protest this plan.
There we go.
This is a dumbass, foolhardy, run face first into danger plan. Yeah, Anya's fine with it.
There-
God damn it.
Therefore, it is perfectly in character for this part.
I mean, it's effectively like an ambush. Get in, get out quick.
Except it's in an ambush where they're probably going to be able to see us from like a mile away.
Well, no, because we can hide. I mean, we can hide in the tree line.
We can pretend to be fishermen out on the river.
Like Nick, I'm envisioning this as like basically like a path, and then basically like the river's in the way, and then basically continuing on through the woods on the other side.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I mean we can. Yeah, we have the advantage because we can just fade back in into the tree line.
Do we have any rowboats we could borrow?
We do not want to be on the river for this.
Yeah, that's
Well, I'm saying if we get close, I can tie a string to the end of my sword, and I'll pretend it's a fishing pole, and then I'll go out on a rowboat, and they'll think that me, a normally armored fisherman using a sword pole, is just there out for some fish.
And what happens when you fall in the water? That's what I thought.
Oh no.
I love the cascade of die rolls.
Hold on a second.
Looks like you failed at least 2.
Fail. Shit.
This is the best version of Duck Duck Goose.
Oh no! Oh no! I failed impulsive, on the edge, and overconfidence.
Hold on.
I'm like, it'll be fine. I'm a great swimmer. Goes, finds a
So
rowboat.
do you jump into the water?
I think that means he's just going and not even bothering with lying in wait.
I mean, I'm heading out. I'm probably heading out several days too early to test this plan. You will find a waterlogged Terran on the shore line the next day.
Speaking of which, how fast does the river move?
Fuck.
This is a pretty major river.
Taryn.
Yes!
This
Victory!
is actually a pretty major river. It's like
Oh god. This is half to babysit him and half because this is fine. This is a good plan.
So, I think we have to roll boating to see if Anya and Taryn have, like, a lovely time fishing, or if we both go overboard.
yes, I think you do in fact have to do that.
What's
But-
that?
Yeah, what's the boating skill?
So in piloting boats.
Is it shipper? Is it spacer, or...
No, it's Izzy.
Yeah? No, the equivalent of that, but for old times. Isn't it called, like...
Crewman, I think, is the main one.
crewman, that was it. That defaults from... Crewman.
But anyway, so
Crewman
Nick
or
said,
piloting boat both work.
Sorry, what?
Crewman or pilot boat, because that's how it defines it.
Ha! This is only IQ -4. I can pass this one.
I did not pass and I don't feel like spending points on it.
I need a 3 or a 4.
I
Son of a
will say
bitch!
At some point, Anya has to fish Sharon out of the river.
Yeah, I expected that.
It sounds like both of them fall into the river. Do either of you want to roll swimming now?
I'm wearing my armor.
I feel like that is a mistake that Anya probably would have corrected before Karen got near the river.
No, I would not have shit. There's an advancing army nearby. You don't need to correct
Also,
that.
wouldn't seamanship be the better than crewman for this?
They're the same skill, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're both still in our armor.
All right.
Okay, so good news.
Okay.
I only
-2, both of you.
Okay, so I only failed swimming by 5, but HT -2, you say?
That's what the default. Wait, you actually have the swimming skill?
No, I don't. I had the default for it. But, you know,
Oh no!
I rolled a 6 to swim!
I rolled a 16.
I'm so glad that we got to do this heist with 2 people less than I was intending.
Okay, so
I rolled a 6. I'm fine.
all right. So after this plan,
Oh boy.
There's no chance to intercept them before they go over the river, correct?
are you going into the boat with them?
No. I meant more over the, invading people before they go over the river.
Our party mates, we don't care about them.
Here's the thing. Here is a
Look, I'm assuming they'll figure this out on their own.
Why?
So there's a camp on the other side of the river that has an army in it. They're sending soldiers over in barges.
Immediately?
No, like over the course of several days.
Can we just burn all of them?
This
Like-
is where Kristoff's point of there is an army coming, and you guys cannot fight an army is an important point.
But you said that they're sending them over the course of several days. Can we just whack them all?
This is more a statement of if you can burn the bar, if you have a plan to, that's possible. We need to resolve the plan to actually hit the barges.
Yeah, I mean, here's
Okay.
the thing, though. If it's a fairly major river, it's reasonably fast moving.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
fairly major. I'd say basically think of the Hudson speed.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I
mind
mean, yeah, especially for barges that are closer to us than they are to the main army, just pushing them into the river and letting the current take them a mile is going to be perfectly effective.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting them on fire beforehand, and they'll burn up before the other army can get to them.
I mean, you can do that, but that's also mana and resources that we could be using to fight the people that are going to be on the shore at the time.
I'm gonna say, given the pass, Anya and Terry wind up washing down, getting back to shore several miles downstream.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Both of you are gonna start the actual thing that's going on with probably two more damage, and we'll have lost 4 FP.
That's fine.
I mean, depending on how poorly made these barges are, we could probably just have, at least for any ones that land on our side of the shore, if we're able to get rid of the soldiers that are on that side, we can easily just cut the ropes that are holding the logs or whatever together and just let the pieces float.
Yep.
All right.
The biggest flaw I see with all this is that we don't have a ton of range in all of us. My spells go out 5 meters.
I mean, ultimately, what we're going to have to do is we have to, once we know exactly, basically, I'm going to have to go in ahead of time and plant probably at least 1, probably 2, basically lightning mines where they're going to land, and kind of use that as our chance to soften them up.
Okay, so you're going to sabotage the shore with mines.
Yeah, so because if we try to fight 20 people straight up, we're going to die. It's going to happen. Let alone 40 or 60 or 80.
Yeah, there's no way of really sneaking across the river, getting to their barges, destroying them, and sneaking back, is there?
Not with the amount of people that they're probably going to have on watch. I could if I was lucky, I could maybe steal 1 barge and ride it down the river. But that's probably a bad idea, and that would only be 1 barge.
I could try stealing another barge.
They have a good number of barges.
A couple.
They're
Yeah,
transporting several thousand people across a river in groups of 20 to 40.
yeah. So and that's the thing is the issue is what happens when even assuming we can kill all of the soldiers that are on the shore at the time, which I'm not convinced we can do. We're going to be in a situation where, at most, we've got 2 barges on our side, and a half a mile is not that far. They'll be able to see that their group's being attacked.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, do they have to come around a bend, or is it clear view all the way across the river?
It's a pretty straight, at least where they're crossing. It's a good whoever is leading this expedition has a good sense of tactics. Is the answer?
So clearly none of us.
No.
Victor, it's Victor.
Kristoff.
Because realistically, we can get rid of probably at most 3 barges if we assume that there's 1 on the landing and 2 in the water when we attack. Which is something, but it's only going to slow them down so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we were trying, like, it's not gonna, like, it wouldn't work. Like, if we were crazy and did like steal 2 barges and ride down the river, we could maybe get 4 to 5 if we include those 2 plus whatever we destroy during the fight. But
they probably have like low teens numbers going.
Okay. Yeah. So destroy the barges by themselves. It's a slow. It's a delay tactic at most.
Hey, Nick. Dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I have a log and I turn it into essential wood, which makes it burn much longer, and then I cast essential flame on it, which can't be extinguished by water.
Correct.
How long would that last?
Until the log is burned completely, which is a long-ass time, depending on how large a log you pick.
So, like, if I spend a day figuring out how to turn that... Oh, wait, no, wait. Essential Flame only lasts a minute, because for some reason Essential Flame is limited.
Okay.
Never mind. Essential Wood lasts forever. Essential Fire apparently only lasts...
Essential
for how long
Fire you have to maintain with your FP.
Yeah, never mind. I was wondering if there was any way of just building up a bunch of logs, casting Essential Fire on them, and then scooting them out into the river to create, like, a obstacle course for them to have to get past.
Scootaloo.
But apparently that doesn't work.
Like, if you had the FP to spend on that, that's not a bad idea.
I do not have the FP to expend on that.
I mean, that's the thing, is pretty much the only other option we'd have would be somehow start a forest fire and burn the army out, but that's got its own series of problems.
I mean, I could do it.
Yeah.
What if we thought about more conventional tactics?
I mean, the conventional tactic would be go get ourselves an army.
No, I meant more conventional naval battle tactics. Nick, how much would I know about naval battles?
Roll tactics at -2.
Ay.
I do feel like there's one tactic that's entirely likely here that we're
Nope.
thinking about, which is we go look for another crossing.
Yeah. Sorry, go Dave.
Then maybe leave some traps, but otherwise, like, you're horribly, horribly outnumbered.
Can we set the shore on fire?
Do we have an Aiden? Also, do you want
Because they can't dock if everything's on fire.
No, but
So the problem is the tree line is not actually where the shoreline is.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, that's
But
why.
can we set the shoreline on fire?
also real fire or illusory fire?
Can
we set the water on fake fire?
set the water on real fire? Cleveland!
Cleveland!
Can we burn the river?
I think what we have found out is that I do not have enough FP to burn the river.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Another thought: we could set a massive fire the night before they're supposed to cross. Try and deal with as many of them as possible that way, and just immediately beat a retreat, and then ambush them as soon as they try to cross the next day. Of course, depending on the result of the fire, that might change their tactics quite a bit.
Sadly, Aiden has FP. If he had BP, it might be a different story.
Can I pitch an idea without rolling for it?
Pitch away.
Or do I have to roll to actually be smart at tactics?
You have to roll it, like, I'm going to have you guys try and roll something when you try and enact a plan to help with, like, does the plan execute correctly? How competent the plan is can give you a bonus or a penalty on this roll.
Okay, what I'm thinking is we cross the river and we burn the boats.
Then how do we get back?
I think we got from wasn't Christoph mentioning before how like he thinks there's too many people on guard to succeed at that.
I mean, admittedly, my plan would have been like sneaking up from the other side of the river to take their barges, but I
So
mean,
if we go over there and we burn the boats, Christoph said he could probably steal a boat. And that's all we need. Either that or we take our own boat over there, burn all the boats, and then take our boat back.
yeah, I mean, I think if the plan is to burn all of their boats, I think us taking our own boat makes a lot more sense. I mean,
So-
that could work. The problem is we'd have to get really close to shore for Aiden to do that. At
The
that
other-
point, they can probably shoot us with bows. Although, if I throw a area of darkness over the tree line, that might delay them enough.
Okay, so I don't really understand how this works because it's magic. But you said that you have to maintain having things on fire, right?
Depends on the type of fire.
So if you cast essential wood, which you don't have to maintain, and then you cast essential fire, and then we throw the log into a boat and we just leave it burning long enough for it to catch.
So if
And then
we're
we
doing
move-
that, we probably just want to use regular fire because essential fire is the one that I have to maintain. And its benefit is that it can't be doused with water. But if we're just going to throw logs into the boats directly, then we probably can get away with regular fire.
Okay, so we have
Also,
essential
they
wood.
throw logs at them.
We throw logs at them.
Mhm.
Terran is fortunately he regenerates if you burn him, and he's also very strong. So I nominate Terran to throw the logs.
I've never-
One other critical question in terms of what boat we take. How quickly can Eden shape wood into a new one, if necessary?
Okay, I'm looking up what my spells are because just for a moment. Essential wood costs. It takes 30 seconds to cast and costs 8 FP, so we'd probably be doing that in advance. Shape wood, which is just getting it to form a shape, shape plant. It takes 10 seconds to cast, lasts for a minute. Might take it take me 1 or 2 tries. Animate plant lasts for a minute, takes 5 seconds. If we want it to actually be moving of its own power.
Okay, so interesting thing. So, okay, actually, Nick, how large is the darkness spell? Because it's very unclear in here.
Okay, so it has a base FP cost.
Right.
Every multiplier you do increases the radius by 1 yard.
But what's the base amount?
1 yard. 1 yard radius is the base.
Okay, so
Times
base
2 is 2 yard radius base. Times 3 is a 3 yard radius base. So on and so forth.
Okay, so depending on how they're stacked, I mean, I can throw almost all of my FP and get a pretty decent thing of darkness, though I'm still not convinced it will cover the entirety of the barges. Because the way it works is if you're outside the effect, you can only see darkness in that area. But a person inside the area sees normally within, but can't see anything outside the area. Or rather, they can see out normally, but can see nothing else within the area.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, we'd have to throw the area of effect on the soldiers to get any benefit out of it. Or rather, on the soldiers and the barges to get enough of an effect where they don't know what's happening right away.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably not practical. At least not with my completely normal FP.
And the river is too deep and fast moving to do that thing where you hide underwater, and you have that like reef that you use as scuba gear, like ninjas.
No,
I
that is.
lost all of that.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Sean wants to be a ninja and hide under the river with reeds so they can breathe, which is a colossally terrible idea.
I mean, that works.
I said it would be a bad idea.
I mean,
Yes,
you
you
can do
did.
the Pirates of the Caribbean option where you just carry the boat over yourselves.
Oh god, we can pull the Jack Sparrow thing where we cross the river by being underwater.
I mean, yes.
You probably can.
But yes, but you'll be like a mile down the river by the time you cross, if you're lucky,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not going to be able to halt your sideways momentum.
So we start a mile up.
Yes, because then if we overshoot, we're fucked.
Not Aaron should suggest.
That's true. Someone else should suggest the good idea.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I have no problem with like starting up river and using that way we don't have to be as precise with our quote unquote boatsmanship, and we're not fighting the current as much. If we're doing that, though, we should probably also figure out a point downriver where once we're done, we can just kind of keep going and outrun them. Actually, here's a question: are like bombs a thing in this universe, or like Molotov cocktails and that kind of stuff?
I'm just saying, we probably got a lot of flour in that, in all that food we were given, and we would know that flour goes boom in bad conditions.
Oh boy.
Flour explodes, but it doesn't tend to light things on fire around it.
Fair.
Yeah, and I mean, other things we have to
Like,
it is
fire
a dust
and oil
explosion.
burning is a thing.
You could still do something like leave parting gifts if there's people around.
True. But yeah, I mean, as far as breaking all the barges, but yeah, would there be a way for us to like obtain some kind of like bomb or incendiary device?
So you can easily pick up like tar and oil. That's easy to get. Actual like explosives tends to be the purview of a wizard did it.
Okay, but we don't need explosives. Like I can just dip arrowheads in like tar and shoot flaming arrows.
Oh yeah, that's easy to do.
Does shaped wood work on worked wood, or does it have to still be living?
I think I only have a shape plant spell. I do not know where the shape wood spell is.
Yeah, you are shaped plant, not shaped wood, which is different.
Oh, actually, that's a question. Is the grease spell flammable? I need to check that.
Do check that. That's an important question.
Because that might actually be our answer if I can confirm that works. It makes no mention of being flammable, so I would assume no.
No, it looks like it's really friction goes away, the spell.
Right. Still though, I mean, yeah, if we have some people like chucking, like, I don't know, just like bottles of tar onto all the boats, and then I shoot flaming arrows and light them up, and Aiden also lights them up, that's workable. And then we just we fight. Basically, we have our stronger people kind of paddling against the current to kind of keep us in place while we're doing it, and then we just book it as soon as everything's lit up. Maybe we light a bit of the forest up as a parting shot as well.
A question for you: does this plan involve going on the other side, or are you going to be going after the barges while they're in the water?
We'd probably be going after the barges while they're in the water. Are they going to be like tied up at the edge of the river or like near the shore?
That's what I meant, is it while they're in motion or while they're docked?
This would have to be done while they're docked.
Okay.
So that's why we'd probably have to do it the night before. Fucking Terran in his corner brooding.
Yep.
He's a very sad puppy.
He is.
He's just going to be crying. Need to kill your pre-heist buzz again.
But no, like actually, like honestly, doing this as a sabotage rather than anything else, kind of, I think that actually does work better.
Because the problem is the boat. So we just
Right.
gotta fix the problem.
I mean,
I can't believe I'm advocating for fire.
I guess here's a question: can we get like a?
Here's
Can we
the best.
Can we hire like a skilled boatman who doesn't like the army, and just have them help us with the boat part of it?
You are going to have to give them a lot of money because this sounds like death.
Hey, Aiden, how do you feel about what's the best way to put this? Delegation.
Nick, what is a lot of money in this case? Because I have been throwing basically all of my money at problems since the game started. I actually probably have
Your
less.
money is thrown at cost of living primarily. I'm gonna say you're probably gonna be like, all right, we're gonna give you like $6,000 equivalent to do this.
Yeah, that is more than spare cash I have because if you guys remember, I keep buying buying all of the villages that we encounter back into recoverable.
Well, let's put it this way: what's a reasonable amount of money you'd be willing to spend?
I guess the question for the party is how much money do you?
Yeah, because I have some money where I can help throw money at the problem a little bit.
Likewise.
I
Guess I could
nominally
throw, like,
have a little bit of
2,000 at
money I can throw at the problem. Probably less.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty decent amount. Like, I could probably throw like 1,500 to 2,000 in without really missing it too badly.
Yeah, I can throw 2,000 in mostly because Aiden has no concerns about money whatsoever.
Yep.
I am
Well-
not sure how many people can because of the fact that I know people are currently trying to save up for stuff as well.
I can because I'm not allowed to care about money.
How much are we trying to
Around
Stumble-
six, around 6.
around 6? Okay, I can chip in 1,000.
Okay.
So
So
Very-
yeah,
I did 2,000. We get another 1,000 from Victor.
so
So that's 3,000.
yeah, so if you and I each put 2, Anya puts 8, Victor puts 1,000, we only need another 200. So we can make that work.
Wait, did you already count mine?
Yeah, I counted yours. Yeah, so if I put 2, Aiden puts 2, Victor puts 1, you put 8, that's 5,800.
Wait, who puts 8?
Sorry, if Anya puts in 800 rather.
Wait,
So I
how
saw
much
that.
is Ira putting in?
Oh wait, sorry, Victor's putting in 1,000.
Wait, how much am I putting in?
We haven't gotten a number from you yet. Give a number.
How much?
I said-
How
I
much
said-
do you need?
So we need at least 200. If you're able to put a little more in, the people that are putting really heavy can cut back a little bit.
I feel like it's in character to give you 1,000.
Fair enough. So I guess at that point, that's 28, 32, or no, 42.
Wait, Nick, how much money should I have given you for that thing?
Oh,
Because you said I was supposed to have spent money.
yes. Give me 1 second to double check what your cost for that would be.
If it's less than 3,000, we're still okay.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Here, Sean, you and I will
It is
drop.
1,000 that you should have spent on that.
Okay.
All right, so Sean, you and I can each drop ours to 1,600 then, and we're still at the 6,000 mark.
Yep, you guys will hire a pretty skilled boatman who kind of likes the warlord who rules over his area and doesn't want to be invaded, but also is like, I have a good chance of dying during this.
Fair enough. All right, so we have a decent boat and a skilled boatman that can carry all of us. That's good.
I'm just gonna call him Jeff, right? Your boatman's name is Jeff.
All right, Jeff the boatman. May he not die.
With a J or a G?
G.
I also
G.
vote for G.
Yeah,
These are vitally important things to know. So.
it's true. So we have
Yes,
Jeff
sir.
the boatman.
All right, we got Jeff the boatman. We have a rough plan. So basically, we have the people who are melee fighters and thus can't actually hit anything on the boat. Will be the ones throwing all the tar and stuff.
I mean, I can throw shit, but that's about it.
I have the throwing skill.
Yes, so you guys will be throwing all the tar and other flammable liquids to light up, and then, yeah, I suppose at that point it'll be myself and Aiden actually lighting shit on fire.
Question.
What are the range penalties for trying to shoot a flame jet more than 5 yards away? And are they on the cast or to the hit, the 2-hit roll?
I missed half of that, Sean.
Okay, let me try fixing something with this. I'll be right back.
Yes,
I am legitimately debating like buying a really nice headset for Sean for his not birthday.
legit.
Switch to phone, which generally has better audio quality from me to you guys, but sometimes randomly drops audio. It drops, and I need to quit the call and rejoin. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I was asking you, Nick, what is the penalty for trying to shoot something with a flame jet from more than 5 yards away? Oh, it just doesn't work? Darn.
Yeah, flame jet caps out at a certain range.
Okay, so I can only shoot 5 meters away. Got it.
Oh, Lord.
Also, at what distance am I allowed to just start aiming at a boat?
I regret nothing.
You shouldn't, but
I'll get us there, Jeffy.
So the bigger problem you have with Fireball is Fireball's max range is 50 yards.
I have flame jet, not fireball.
Flame Jet is a melee spell.
It says it has a range equal to...
The amount of FP you're spending on it per round.
Yeah. Which I get for free. I am by default always spending 3 FP on it, and I have the staff for +2 range.
So its maximum range is 5 yards.
Yeah.
That would work if you're closing to melee range with the boats.
Yeah. I can shoot at 5 yards away.
Mechanically, it's still a melee attack for how the spell works. Range penalties do not come into it. Mechanically, it's a melee spell.
Okay. Do I still... am I not able to aim it at all?
No, you can all-out attack it.
Okay.
Here,
I guess then the other option is creating a giant fire with Create Fire.
That is probably a better option in this case.
Yeah, which that will be... I will figure out what the ridiculous size I'm going to be creating to do that then.
We can also make some Molotov cocktails and throw them after we've thrown the tar and stuff as well.
Yeah, throw all the tar and then I will create a giant fire. And we'll see how... And I'll maintain it for a little bit to see how long it lasts.
Just give it a share.
And actually, yeah, at the end of that, I can always throw a dart, like, depending on how packed together the boats are, I can eventually throw darkness over it at the end, so a fair amount of the army won't even, like, see it happening and they'll be confused.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I have your plan in mind for how everything resolves. The plan is basically go over the river under cover of night, huck a bunch of fire into the barges, and flee downstream.
Yes, we're basically doing drive-by arson on a river.
Okay.
Would you expect any more or any less from us?
No, I just wanted to confirm what the plan was.
If it helps, I can probably also make like spikes of earth come up from the bed of the river to poke holes in the bottom of the of some more barges.
Yes.
That is genius. I love it.
That's a good.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty
Yeah.
good idea. Let's add that.
Yep. We have our boat drive-by attack planned, I believe.
Excellent.
Do it.
I'm gonna use the restroom for a sec since we can't play
Happy
it.
boat day.
Oh, that was terrible.
It was. But it
Particularly
was in
since-
my head. So I had
Yeah.
to say it.
This is going to be the best part of the recording.
The
This
silence.
is.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a plan, all right.
I mean, if you want, Taran can just run off towards the barges as Aiden lights him on fire and he runs through the wood on the sides.
Terran would actually basically certainly die or be captured if he does that.
I know. But I mean,
I'm just putting that out there for everyone.
I mean, that's a somewhat likely outcome for all of us regardless.
Yeah, okay. Can't argue with that.
Oh.
I'm back.
Excellent.
So about that arson we're gonna do.
So about that arson, okay. I'm basically imagining the plan is you go upstream of them at night, and you're going to hit as many boats as you can on the way downstream.
That is exactly the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll want Victor to focus on poking holes in the boats that are not on fire, because I assume we're gonna miss at least a couple with the flames.
That's generally the idea.
Cool.
All right. Here's another question: is anyone scouting this ahead of time, or are you doing it live?
I mean,
I would like to scout.
I'll go with you.
Okay. So you're not going to roll stealth because there is no stealth on a boat in a river. They're going to see a boat going halfway up the river and then like fishing for a little bit. That's
Okay.
just going to happen.
In my full armor with a rope tied to the end of my greatsword.
No. Not happening.
All right. So
Like if Terran brings if Terran insists on bringing his armor and his sword, I'm not letting him on the boat.
I'll be fine. I've learned how to swim.
You're still not wearing the armor because you're going to tip them off. You don't want them to know that you're a warrior before we actually strike, right?
Right. Taran will go take off the armor, put on the cloak with the mask that Anya gave him.
You don't need the mask. It'll make it harder to see the fish.
is it bad that I'm imagining Terran as the Darkest Dungeon leper now?
No, not at all. It sounds great.
I mean, he hits that hard when he hits. So it fits way better than it should.
That is, in fact, how the leper go.
I know. Oh no, those are bad rolls.
I think you mean they're great rolls.
No, I'll be perfectly fine with my mask on. Come on, besides, we got to do this. And Taran immediately jumps on the boat and starts rowing out. And Kristoff has to jump in.
No, Terran is not. He's trying to, and the fact that The boat is still intact, docked, and tied to the dock prevents him from doing anything.
I am still rowing.
Jeff
rope is
goes,
beginning to strain.
and you take that away from him. I'm gonna need that, boy.
Taryn will hand the oar back to old Jeff.
Jeff,
Thank
I'm
you,
so
Jeff.
sorry for him.
All right, so who is going on the scouting expedition?
Wait, is this a scouting expedition or a light things on fire expedition?
This is scouting.
This is a sneaking mission.
This is a couple days before, and honestly, this is probably should just be the two of us.
Yeah, I can go on the scouting mission.
Then
I
that
don't
means
have
I'm
great
going.
I mean, we're not going to be stealthy. We're on a boat in the middle of a river. We're not really stealthing. It's
Let's
more the
all of us
observation side of
go.
it.
It'll be like that fishing trip me and Anya had yesterday. When we watched
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a point and stuff.
And this is why we hired Jeff, so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
I am going to be wearing a very large, heavy, dark cloak for getting onto the boat.
So those of you who are going on the scouting expedition, please give me observation rolls.
I'm just imagining Aiden dressed like he's going yachting.
Pass by 7.
Oh, I rolled pretty bad. Passed by 1.
Pass by 5.
How's my observation better than yours?
Because my skills are spread very thin.
Also, if you compare your rolls, Taryn rolled a 9 and Kristoff rolled a 14.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sean rolled a 7. I'm not sure what that's a pass by.
Actually, wait. You said
It's a pass by 5. Mine is a pass by 5. I only have it at the base 12. I haven't bought it up higher because I have so many spells and social skills I need to put my things back into.
Mm-hmm.
In so little time.
Training
I've been
time
putting
does
money-
matter.
Yeah, my points have been going into spells and debt.
Oh, Dad. All right. So those of you who passed observation on the expedition, one thing you immediately notice is there's actually when you're looking around, you're like, okay, there's actually 4 distinct camps over on the other side of this river. They're all part of the same group, but like the colors are different, the way they're laid out is different.
Is there anything we can roll to try and identify which one is the one where the guy in charge would be?
Well, here's the thing. Does anyone have the heraldry skill?
Aiden?
Crap, hold on.
I took Savoir-Faire. Why would I take that and heraldry?
Irik said he was going along on this. Would he have that?
I don't have heraldry. I have command savoir-faire.
And I have noble Savoir-Faire.
I will say
I can like roll against the
both of
default.
you can roll that at -2.
Okay, if I'm rolling my my nobility Savoir-Faire versus 2, that is going to be a pass by... Where's that skill? It's at 13, -2 is 11. That will be a pass by 3. If that
All right.
default works. So,
One moment. I actually have to go look something up. Give me a sec.
Boop boop be doo.
I realized I need to look something up before I say something dumb. Actually, I don't...
Anybody want to see a juggling trick?
Does it involve
oh,
pieces of
hey,
yourself?
My knives!
Nick,
Yes.
so the actual skill default, one of the actual skill defaults for Savoir-Faire, for it is Savoir-Faire High Society -3. So, you gave us a better skill default, slightly.
This is what happens when I say things randomly and then hope that I'm correct.
Nick,
You are pretty close.
Nick, I start juggling my knives while on the boat.
All right. 1 moment. I just need to edit something.
For those of you on the boat, I am succeeding at juggling my knives.
That's terrifying.
Better than the alternative.
Which is a crit failure.
And now we need finger funerals.
1 for each finger.
Or he disarms himself by throwing the knives into the river.
I'm really glad, just as a side note, that Taryn learned when I taught him that we have funerals for dead body parts. That's something that I would rather not explain twice.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, you've now experienced it significantly more than twice.
Look, I can't help that, but at least I don't have to, like, find body parts and be like, Taryn, we talked about this. This goes in the ground.
All right.
So when
This does not go into the bag that is right next to the food bag. Or into the food bag.
Here's the thing, guys. Did any of you pass that heraldry roll?
Yeah.
Aiden
You said it
had
default.
Iric.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Did Iric?
Sorry, what was the penalty if you're rolling
Your Savoy Fair -3.
Savoy Fair -3? Roll. I have to roll real low. Nope, that was not real low. I did not pass.
All right, so Aiden notices something really odd about, like, the banners that are posted around the various camps on the other side of the river. Now, this is one of the smaller camps. There's a banner there for mercenary group that operates out of your kingdom.
Lovely.
So this one is from back home.
Yeah, one of the 4 camps is flying a banner of a group from back home.
I am really tempted to go over and yell at them, despite the fact that they're mercenary, not Order of the Rose, and they're probably going to ignore me. I will mention this to the rest, that this is either a thing of, like, false flag operation, or one of the mercenary groups from back home has decided that being a warlord is more profitable.
I mean, it would probably be good for Aiden's character to be ignored from time to time.
Yep.
Iric, please re-roll your Savoy Fair and get a +2 this time to the roll that you had before.
Wait, a +2 meaning that...
You are net -1 now.
Nope.
Nope.
Wait, let me double check.
You mean Aiden?
Yes, actually. Yes. I forgot that I was at a 13 for Savoir Faire. I got a 12. We're good.
So, this is where Aiden reads off, like, which group this is, and then Iric has a... Wait a minute. It takes a little bit for him to remember. He's pretty sure he actually knows the commander of that mercenary group. Because she once actually worked under him in the army and, like, left to found a mercenary outfit.
Fortunately, I am entirely incapable of letting this go.
Wait. This is
Yeah,
your
especially
mercenary...
since that happened.
This is your mercenary outfit?
Well, no, because I stayed in.
It's a
and she
friend's
got out.
mercenary outfit.
It's a former co-worker's mercenary outfit.
A
Star.
former coworker. Like, friends is pushing it.
So, yeah, this is Eric we're talking about. Former coworker, not friend. So, Christoph, you might need to let us off at the shoreline further down. We go to this. You continue, burn the rest of the boat's plan as normal, and we will either need to get emergency pickup or there will be one less target for burn all the boats down.
Are the barges spread out amongst the 4 camps?
Yes, they are spread out amongst the 4 camps. The most organized one is that mercenary outfit.
Okay, good.
I mean, I feel like having you try to negotiate with that mercenary group while we're in the middle of the drive-by arson is probably the wrong call.
No, see, we get off now. You have to go back across the river, pick everyone else up, wait for the cover of nightfall.
If you want, I can hide on one of the boats and be a backup.
It's probably not a great plan.
really
Do you guys really want me to drop you off right now?
Let me roll a disadvantage.
Hello, overconfidence.
Because if you guys decide you want to try this,
Yes, clearly this is a plan that has no way of going wrong. Which, aka, out of character, the way I expect this plan to go is that we then get, like, tied up and are being held captive, and the wharf starts being lit on fire by you guys an hour later.
Oh, son of a bitch, I passed almost all of them.
The problem is this is meant to be, this is, like, the day before we're actually attacking.
Yeah,
okay, drop us off, like, the evening before, the early evening before we attack, then.
What is it you're trying to do?
I don't even know.
Well, we don't want to let this stand. We're upset by this. We want to go try talking to them, correct?
You want to do that.
I would rather burn the boats first to talk to them later. They've already chosen their side.
I can't lose you too, Eric. It's okay if Aiden stays, but not you.
Because if they don't listen to me, we're going to be trapped over there with a whole bunch of really angry folks. If we burn their boats, then at least they can't get to us when we demand a parley. We can send them a rowboat and be like, put that dude or that chick in particular on that rowboat and we'll talk.
I feel like they're gonna have enough bows where that's not really gonna work.
No, we'll just push one over to them.
Bows are not your worry here. Siege engines are your worry here.
I mean, from the perspective of for the rest of us lighting all their shit on fire and then saying, by the way, negotiate with us, I'm pretty sure bows are the immediate concern.
No, we don't have to be over there in person to talk to them.
Right, but we still have to be close enough to the shoreline to shout at them to, not fill us full of arrows after we light all their shit on fire.
Or we rely on sending messages where this will be kill the messenger to state a point. Which
No, absolutely not.
If Fire Emblem has taught me anything,
that's why we wouldn't want to send a messenger over.
It's just a really big bow.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way to get their attention after this. I just don't want to get stuck on this
Okay.
Burn more
side of the
things.
river.
Okay, fine. If
Yeah, I think the day of the arson, we should focus on the arson.
you know what, fair. I will accept this compromise.
We will call this Arson Day.
Our Sunday, yes.
I will accept this arson-based compromise,
Is it
even though
possible
I'm pretty
to,
sure they're not going to be willing to talk afterwards.
Is it possible to make it look like a completely random accident if we yell at them about treason or something? Just,
I mean, I don't think we can make it look like an accident. We can
completely unrelated to the fact that we're gonna burn their boats.
Wait, make crashing on the shore and negotiating look like an accident?
No, just yelling at them. Yeah, let's not do it. It's fine. I was trying to figure out if there was a way to get to them, look, you're not making the right choice here.
I sadly do not really have any messenger spending spells, because I'm pretty sure it will take a tree merson more than a few minutes to walk across the river.
Yes. Quite yes. incredibly, yes. Will take a while. If you land on the other side, that's a different story, but...
So we could drop off go to shore, I animate a tree, give it a letter, have it walk. We go back and we do our arson plan tomorrow with a letter that is just a sternly worded I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. JK, I am actually mad. What the fuck are you guys doing here? Leave.
Aiden gets shot in the head with an arrow.
Like, we could try that plan, but I'm pretty sure they're going to ignore the letter.
Yeah, I think we should burn their stuff first. And this is a
Okay.
tomorrow problem.
This is a 2 days problem because tomorrow is when we burn their shit, and the day after is when we have to deal with the repercussions of burning their shit.
Okay, this is a day after tomorrow problem. And our tomorrow problem is arson.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like a day after tomorrow problem is a sudden ice age brought on by a superstorm.
I certainly hope not. If the river freezes over, we've got bigger problems.
Yeah, that would be enough.
Yeah, then they don't need the barges.
In fact, be a problem.
Also, I see what you did there, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Dave is skilled at what he do.
But yeah, lighting things on fire helps extend when is something going to be a problem by a day.
Fair statement. Do you all want to skip to the arson? Also, Victor's going to get another day worth of healing if he wants to risk being down FP during the arson.
Given that a major part of the arson is me casting spells, no.
Okay,
Can I run away for, 2 minutes to get a snack?
sure.
Feel free.
The rest of you can discuss Plan Arson.
Nick,
That sounds like a great idea. I'm going to do the same.
if I use shape air, can I use it to spread the fire that's already on the boats?
I'm gonna say yes, but it will require a slightly difficult skill.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's reasonable. I mean, that's basically my we're out of other stuff to fit to keep the fire going plan. So that'll probably be the last thing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm now disappointed in the fact that I haven't been buying up Create Fire a ton. I've been keeping it at 13, unlike some of my other skills like Deflect Energy at 15 or Flame Jet at 16.
Creating Fire can be absolutely hilarious, as anyone who was there for the end of the Kingdom Hearts game knows from the dumb shit I did with it.
Yeah, the problem is 1d6 has so far been incredibly disappointing.
That's why you cast Fast Fire on it and turn it into 3d6.
That requires thinking ahead more than one turn.
Requires achieving the appropriate levels of magical bullshit to do it all in one turn.
Yeah, and you've told me no matter how small I get a casting time, I can't use the spell more than once per cast the spell in less than a round.
I'm going to point out, Sean, you are a programmer, and there's an entire college of meta magic, and that is how I did 90% of my bullshit.
Yeah, and I try to actively avoid that.
Fair enough. I tried to avoid it
because meta magic becomes really, really dumb.
No, I avoided it until the last 5 sessions of that game, and then I went, oh shit, someone taught my character tactics and to pay attention in combat. And I was like, I can't avoid doing this anymore.
Also, like, didn't I make my majory specifically so that I don't take meta spells? That I am only taking a small school of spells?
Meta spells are things you can technically take no matter what because they are raw ability to magic. Your majoring may not be good enough for some of them, but you can take the lower level ones without issue.
Well, all of them require a majory 1, I believe, and I made my majory only apply towards certain schools of spells. So,
Okay, never mind. You have in fact banned yourself from that spell category.
yeah. I have banned myself entirely from the meta magic category for somewhat good reasons.
So that I, the player, am not tempted.
Also, because this is not where he does finesse and magic.
It's true. It is time to bullshit more for the sake of the recording and whatever viewers we wind up having. While we wait for everyone to get back.
We're crazy.
What's amusing is the fact that I've been looking at, like, the thing of, like, you know, it's not that expensive for me to buy up to Majory 4 with my limitations. It's only 5 points. What the fuck will I do with Majory 4?
Charge your fireball at 4 FP per round.
I don't even know what
Flame Jet, but...
It's actually
Flame
not
Jet, but eh.
super high levels of majory unless you have a reason to dump tons of FP into spells and have tons of FP to dump into spells.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it will get my effective magic resistance due to the wacky different majory rules we're using to +4. But like, it's already at +3, and how often do I get hit with a spell where I don't have another spell to counter it with first?
Legit. As a reference for you guys, do you want to know how much the Gigantamax during the final second cost in FP?
I have no idea.
I'm imagining a lot.
73. I am sorry to Lord Dave and Ricky, who do not know the context of this, but half of our game does.
And I think most of those people are the people that left to get snacks.
I mean, I'm still around, but yes.
Fair enough, but no. Like, doing that costs 73 FP.
How were you not unconscious?
Because all of it came out of a magic gem, because I built a character who could create her own magic gems full of FP.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, which is one of the things that in a lot of games, mages have not been allowed because of the fact of, like, wait, why the fuck would we... No.
Oh no, I played a high-end mage in that game, and by the end of the game was making use of a Pareto principle amount of the bullshit.
Was that the game where you started off being, like, dumb as a rock?
No, that was actually the game that Sean ran where I was the most broken character because everything scaled off charisma.
Yeah, and also the rest of the party let you just handle all the decisions and gave you Izzy, who was being I want to be a soul eater character, therefore taking away your one disadvantage.
Oh, me. Right.
Yeah, the biggest problem was the fact that the Int 7, Wisdom 7 person became party leader.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was the problem. I'm just also thinking with Majory was the Seamus Reynolds Fate Stay Night game where basically everyone created serious wizards. I built a bard, and because my bard was like didn't go and look at the wow, this is a really long list of spells, I must know all of them. Instead, wow, this is a really long list of spells, I'm going to know 3 of them. I was one of the few people capable of actually casting my spells in combat.
I could cast my most important 3 spells in combat.
One of which was resurrecting yourself after killing yourself.
That was not a spell, that was a power. No, Steel Skill was the spell.
I have
The
returned.
reason why, in a Fate Stay Night game, my master had a combat skill of 19.
Dang.
Because my master was borrowing the servant's ability to combat.
Ricky is we're still waiting on Ricky, right?
I believe we are still waiting on Ricky, yes.
I think the bigger dumb thing was the fact that I was allowed to cast Banish on servants.
That was amazing. The one time it worked.
It worked 1.5 times.
That's fair. No, the dumb thing with my character was the fact that I frequently hit enough negative health that it was cheaper to kill myself and resurrect than to try healing.
That is dumb.
That is pretty dumb.
I think one of the biggest dumb things was the fact that I didn't know how to build a GURPS character, and therefore was that people allowed me to buy abilities that only trigger on the 1st of every month for like disposable income and status and things like that in a game where they never would come up because game lasted a total of in-game time like 5 days.
Y'all.
I'm back.
The bigger theme that was dumb was the fact that I couldn't roll above a 6. And therefore, it didn't matter that I didn't know that there was this ability called luck that I could buy, because I already had it.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like we have everyone back now.
Yep.
We went on a random discussion of past games while you guys were gone.
Please sound off for Plan Arson.
Arson!
Arson.
Arson. I have infected you all.
Go Arson Ranger.
We
Do,
are
do, do.
tabletop game. Arson is inevitable.
Eventually, you all will have pyromania.
This is the best since the last time I got to play a character with fire stuff, which is when I was a fledgling god of chaos and flame.
Nice.
Also, I was a druid.
Move us back to like the regular map because we're basically here of minding all this.
Yeah.
You mean
What?
you're not drawing a map for our crazy arson shenanigans?
You're not going to map the whole 2 miles of river we're going to need for our entry, conflict, and escape.
Okay, you know what? Fine. We're gonna go to a blank fucking page, and I'm gonna give you a goal.
Yes! Draw! Draw, DM
You know,
minion.
Win.
Also, for the entire boat ride, I will be muttering a poem about fire that probably repeats itself multiple times because I'm guessing this is like a 15-minute boat ride. But you know what? I want my effective skill when we get to the shore to cast my first fire spell to be don't roll an 18. And also now watch me, now that I said that, roll a 17 or 18.
Guys, we have a boat.
You have a
Oh, no.
boat.
This boat is real.
This boat
Is
is
that
in fact
is that a
real.
barge or is that our boat?
That's your boat.
I'm just waiting for Nick to draw the opposite bank, and it's just like a doodle of a giant middle finger.
No, you have to be on the fucking right-hand side. Let me go find a random image of a barge. You know
So-
what? Viking longboat, close enough.
That'll work.
Serious question. What boating skill do you have to roll for doing flips and shit?
Probably like a -8 penalty. Also, Ricky, we need to actually do that once you're on the boat.
Do what?
The dumb recreate silly music video.
Oh, yes. I'm on a boat.
And?
Fuck trees, I climb buoys, motherfucker.
Climbing buoys. Okay, I am disappointed with how many friends I have gone to the ocean with, and we did not, in fact, go out to the buoy and climb it. It's just disappointing. I have realized that I should be smart about this. Alright, so, welcome to your map. You're going north to south in your boat. All of you are in charge of the boat because I'm dumb.
Why? Okay, so wait. Which
You
are,
cut out for me,
these
did he cut out for anyone else?
are these
All
the
of you are in charge of the boat. You may all move the boat. This is a mistake, but I'm leaning by it.
Join the boats.
It reminds me of Overcooked, where everyone's fighting over who drives the van.
Yes.
Yes, that was in fact the point. Oh, Overcooked.
You mean you do something else in Overcooked?
Chronicles Caravan.
I can't. What you want?
I didn't realize that there were things you did in Overcooked that weren't fighting over who controls the van.
Set the kitchen on fire.
Set the kitchen on fire, accidentally throw tomatoes off the edge.
Throw the fire extinguisher at the fire rather than using it, so
Throwing
it is
things
now
off the
on
edge
fire.
is a big part of the game.
Yeah.
Lighting the fire extinguisher on fire ought to be an achievement. It isn't, but it ought to be.
Also, stealing
It
things
happens
out-
so easily.
Back.
Alright, so you have a bunch of like camps that you don't really know who they are, and down at the bottom are the two boats that you actually recognize the heraldry of.
Gotcha.
All right.
And they are the smallest camp, it looks like.
They are in fact the smallest camp, yes. So, from your preparations, let me just see here. How many explosives am I going to give you? So for Aiden, how many essential wood logs that are full of burning did you make over the previous?
You didn't tell me how many I could make over the 3 days we were doing. Because
really
I might as well sit down and just make that.
It's really the previous day when you had a plan.
Okay. It costs 8 mana. I might fail the roll. I can spend an extra minute casting to make it less likely that I failed the roll. How many can I make in a day?
Less likely.
Yeah. So,
You heal.
I have normal mana recovery.
So you heal 6 FP per hour.
Yeah.
So over the course of the day, make me 10 rolls.
Okay.
That would be
What can I assume is I'm taking extra time of this is like a minute long. This is a how long casting time spell? This is a 30-second time casting spell. If I go and recite a poem, a 5-minute poem about wood every single time, trying to think of new innuendo each time to work into a rhyming scheme, and spend 5 minutes on that each time I cast the spell, what am I getting as a bonus? Because I know for each time you double, you get a +1.
You're getting a +3.
Okay. So still can easily fail this, but how many times did you say roll?
Give me 10 rolls. Just tell me, just count up failures. That's the only thing that matters.
How many have I rolled thus far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more.
Okay.
That counts as a failure.
So you gave me a +3?
Yep.
Okay, going back to where this is.
Your highest was a 14.
My highest was a 13. I'm trying to find where the fuck this is on my list because I know I have it. There we go. If my highest was a 14, they all pass with a +3.
Yep.
So,
Alright, so I'm gonna mark these as vials. I cannot, in fact, mark it as 10, so it is being marked as 9 on your boat. So, these are the best things you guys have for wreaking havoc.
So a mixture of tar-dipped crossbow bolts that I can we can easily light up with just having a torch on the boat or something.
Those are also good. The giant flaming essential wood log is definitely the best thing you have for launching into other things.
Yes.
So we're going to do this reasonably cinematically because I can't think of a better way to do it. You have 13 targets. Right now, people who might be able to really throw these logs are Anya and Terran.
Logs. I didn't.
Having still a dex skill rather than a strength one.
So obviously these are kind of in the 4 distinct groups. How closely packed is each group of barges?
Every group of barges is reasonably packed, but it's too wide of an AoE for... Unless one of you decides to be really dumb with the amount of FP you spend, you to hit 2 at once.
Okay. So...
Yeah, throwing is still dex rather than strength. It's just Anya and Terran have the combo of enough strength to huck the log and enough dex to have a chance of hitting.
I have throwing.
Or the throwing skill.
I also have throwing, but my strength is mediocre.
Yeah, I did just sink a point into throwing, so I do have the skill now.
Woohoo!
Yep. So what I'm going to say, Anya and Terran are going to have to alternate on throws unless you want to double hit one of the groups.
I mean, is that considered an all-out attack, but we're not...
It's an all-out attack, but both of you are lifting a decent chunk of your strength.
I take
Terran
a
is
defense
strong, but these
position.
things are and awkward.
You're cutting in and out pretty
Yeah, you
badly.
cut in and out for that one, Nick.
God damn it. 1 minute. Let me swap this over. You're all going to hear my keyboard again. There we go. So it's basically... what I'm saying is, Terran's klutz disadvantage is counteracting his higher strength in regards of ease of getting the logs up.
Okay, that's fair.
So Terran and Anya are basically going to go, one of you can... Basically... You're going to go downstream for who is attacking which barge, and we'll see how many of them are on fire by the end of this or destroyed.
By the way, if I fail this check, you do realize I'm dropping the log into our boat.
And presumably Eirik, who has no ability to actually throw things at the other boats, will just dump it into the river.
Presumably.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a good plan for me. I'm standing by to roll throw things in the river.
Okay, I'll go first.
Alright, so...
As a reminder, I do have the Extinguish Fire spell.
And the mages...
Don't make me use it.
What spells they want to try and deal with problems, or if one of these two... Or if one of the 3 people shooting fire misses.
Okay, so Kristoff's sort of adjacent to the Terran-Anya rotation.
Yeah, Kristoff is here in Anya rotation, as is Victor. And Aiden, though, Aiden also has to worry about making your own boat not be on fire.
If you guys fuck up. I am casting a create fire spell that is an 8-yard. That is a 4-yard radius.
That is enough to actually get one enemy boat. So choose which one you're going to wind up doing that on when it comes time.
Which one is the fanciest one of the ones that we're mad at?
These are goddamn barges. They're all, like, relatively shit.
Arbitrary choice of I like the 3rd number.
Every one of the camps has like a reasonably fancy tent in it, but like...
I don't think I'm reaching the tent.
Alright. First boat, who's taking it? Or first barge, who's taking it?
Sure, I got it.
Roll throwing.
So we're
Pass.
going to on this one?
Alright. First one gets a flaming log. We are at 9 logs now, not 10. So that was very nice. I'm also assuming Aiden is the one lighting the logs on fire.
Yeah, you just hold them next to me, and I will activate Flame Jet and touch it.
Yep. Alright.
If 3 dice of burning damage do not start a log being on fire, I'm going to be disappointed.
That's enough. Next up, Terran isn't eligible. Who's taking the next vote?
For this one, do we want to just throw tar and light up that way? Because we only have so many
Sure.
logs.
Let's do that way. I already cast Create Fire. That does cover a boat.
All right.
Pass
Pass by 4 to chuck like a bottle of tar at the boat.
Alright, bottle of tar. I'm going to mark that off with... I guess a net? Sure, a net. So this is a bottle of tar being lit up.
Yep.
And then it's Create Fired.
Cool.
Are you also create firing this boat?
Well, don't we want to... Should I be Create Firing a separate boat than the tar boat?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, so I'm not
great.
Create Firing that boat.
Yeah, so I will. I guess I can just shoot one of my flaming crossbow bolts at that one.
Yep, and you pass by 4, so I have that marked down.
Cool.
Alright, next boat.
Let's do the Create Fire there. Oh, you want to take it? Okay.
I'd sort of like to save Create Fire for a larger group.
It's only covering a boat.
I'm aware, but
Well,
can I spend FP for extra accuracy?
Not right now. I'm basically giving you the assumption that you're reasonably exhausting yourself and all-out attacking when you actually huck the thing and ignoring range penalties.
That's fair. My rolls will not be great, but they will exist. I passed.
Alright, we have another one that got a flaming log into it.
Wonk.
So here's the point where you are traveling through open waters and you notice that they're definitely noticing what you guys are doing.
Yeah, of course.
Here, have gifts.
This is probably the point where like they've started like deploying.
Well, we've got the first camp. Now it's the main camp.
Now it's the largest camp, yes. Also, at any point, you guys can choose to say, we are breaking off and running away.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Quitting is for quitters.
Log!
Alright.
I will
Next
log
Way,
it.
way too many of us have overconfident right now.
I will log this boat, Nick.
Alright, this is a Terran lob. Also, you are down to 8 logs left, because Anya
Logged successfully.
lobbed successfully. This one got logged.
I am rolling against a 14. It's
We're down
glorious.
to
Honestly,
Alright, some arrows are coming in.
What?
Arrows.
Arrows.
Okay, I'm Create Firing this boat in between logs just so the fact that before I get hit it can no longer cast.
Everyone make a dodge at +2.
Where are the logs coming from?
Just the camps and the shoreline.
Nick,
Okay.
can I use shield?
You may use dodge or block at +2. Yes. If you fail,
I'm assuming that this is too sparse to really get DR from plants.
correct.
Plants.
Yeah,
The algae rises up to protect Aiden.
It doesn't stop the arrow in the slightest, and I surprisingly passed my dodge.
I mean, if you want plants around all the time, just start carrying around like a pet bonsai. You're a noble, you can be quirky like that.
It looks like
Get a servant to carry the plant bonsai.
So
Anyone who failed, you have 5 impaling damage coming in. Your DR is halved. Round down.
did anybody fail?
yes.
Sorry, what was the roll?
Dodge or
Dodge
block.
+2 or block.
Not parry?
Not parry. There's a rain of arrows coming down at you.
I'm so fucked.
You don't have parry missile weapon yet?
No!
Is
You have reasonable DR though, Ricky.
Okay.
It's dodge at +2.
Dodge
So
it +2 is still a fail. Okay, so how much damage was that again?
5 impaling. Your DR is halved against this because it's a rain of arrows. It's an AOE.
So I'm at 5 HP.
Victor, during the time when someone hucks a log, you may choose to heal yourself. Or
I
anyone
will
else.
heal myself.
Alright.
So that means I take 6 damage?
So what's your DR?
It was 5, so halved you round down, so that's 2. So 3 gets through times 2?
Correct. So you take 6 damage.
Okay.
Okay, so what we should probably do, let's just use as many of the logs as we can, as quickly as we can, to put maximum damage in case we get pushed away early.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do the create fire spell before I'm incapable of casting, though, on the more recent one.
Go ahead and take this one then.
One moment,
So I will
I'm
take that one.
copying all of your tokens over so that you can see where your HP was at the start of this. Here you go. All of you have your own tokens now.
Yay!
Yay.
This is mostly for, like, tracking, because some of you came into this fight injured.
Oh, wait a minute.
Did we?
Did you forget to heal for the 24, Ricky?
I thought we only got to heal for 12.
It was
No.
12.
It was 12 twice.
Never mind. I'm okay. I'm fine.
One more, because it's been one additional day.
Victor, you would have healed 1 more HP for that day. Victor did not heal you. He was saving his HP for that.
That's what Laura was saying.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There was
And the heal-
Also, Nick,
yes.
can you how big is the boat?
It's like a fishing boat.
Yeah, in yards, how big is that?
People who know boats, how big is a fishing boat?
Like 20.
Yep.
Oh. Wait, okay. So way too fucking large to create a perfect illusion of another boat.
Yeah.
Never
So if
mind.
we're in a tiny one, you could get down to like 12. But like that's not big enough for the amount of people we have. So you're going to want to be like 20, 23, 25 feet, somewhere in there. And then we're still comfy.
Yeah,
Like-
so definitely can't make a perfect illusion that is large enough to cover that unless I'm like dropping myself into negative FP and HP casting basically. So ignore that roll,
All
which
right.
is sad because it was a 7.
Well, next
Also,
roll.
are you keeping track of
a
Jeff's
log,
tokens?
or is one of the mages casting a spell?
Aiden, did you want to get this with your fire? So
Oh,
that-
I was doing
Check
this one with
messages?
create fire before I get injured.
Okay, this one is getting create fired. I'm using this to signify the type of damage it's taking.
I'll do the next one with Shape Earth for the same reason.
Jeff managed to get you reasonably well out of the way of the next arrow storm, so you're fine.
Oh, Jeff.
Jeff is awesome.
All right, it's Victor's turn.
All right. Let's pass.
Sounds good. You probably want to hit a 3-yard radius for this, so just cost times 3, and that's enough to do some major damage to the boat.
You use a different icon for the damage type.
I'm using these to signify. Okay, that's fair enough. I should use a different icon. Here are the ones that have been magicked. Alright. Next up, let's see if Jeff manages to dodge again. He does not. Give me some dodge rolls, folks. Still +2.
Block.
Block also works.
Oh shit, I'm not sure if that passes.
I'm good.
I am passed by 2.
Any chance I can reuse that 7 I rolled thinking I could roll perfect illusion?
I'm gonna go with no right now.
Fuck, yeah, no, I get hit.
Me too.
Can I block for Victor? instead of for myself.
You would have had to declare that ahead of time, but someone else has declared a thing.
Yes, I have declared a thing. I am gonna try and make this roll. Okay.
Are you trying to cover Aiden?
I failed. So never mind.
Never mind. This time it's only 4 impaling damage coming in. DR is still halved.
DR is halved and impaling is ×2.
×2 post DR.
Okay.
And does DR when it's halved round up or round down?
Round down.
Killing yourself next.
Yes.
And you said 4 coming in?
Yep.
Ow.
During the next log round,
Yeah.
I'm healing myself.
Yeah, I am at less than half health now.
During the round after that, I may heal you.
Okay.
I don't suppose I can spend my turn doing all-out defense because I'm lighting logs on fire.
I'm at well less than half as well.
None of you can all out defense. I'm assuming a reasonable amount of defense for like the +2 bonus you're getting, but everyone has to do stuff on this boat.
There.
Whether it's move logs into position, light logs on fire, who or what's it. All right, we have a barge to attack.
Probably
Who's
not.
taking it?
Log! Taryn will log it!
Log a log a log a log!
Taryn has failed the logging!
Oh
The
no.
log has whiffed.
Is
Does one of the mages want to respond to this, who isn't otherwise casting a spell?
Respond and then do something else.
Fuck, I failed Extinguish Fire, so I won't be dealing with it until another round.
I already declared healing, so
Hold
Yep.
on.
First off, are you shooting something?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use Tar to light the boat up instead, since that failed.
Mm-hmm.
Iric, can you get the log off this turn?
Pass.
What do I need to roll to get it off the stern?
No, Iric doesn't need to roll this. He has enough strength.
I will get the log off the stern.
Okay.
All right, so you pass by 4 again, Dan?
Yes, so boat has been tarred and molotoved.
Okay. Man, Jeff is rolling good.
Oh, good. I will say that on my non-log turns, I will be defending Victor for the time being.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
All right, we are at another barge. Terran is not allowed to log this turn because he's getting ready.
Yep.
Ale.
Whiff.
All right, I will do the same thing. More tar bombs.
Okay.
I will attempt Extinguish Fire again to deal with that log.
Okay, pass by 2 on tar.
We'll get rid of the log.
I will make the log not on fire so we don't have to just get rid of this log and we can try to reuse it.
Aha, smart.
Then I will not mess with your plan.
That works to subtract FP as appropriate.
Yeah, let me look up what the fuck Extinguish Fire was.
Sean, Ricky, you said you were both fairly injured.
Yes.
Can you quantify that at all? My FP are starting to run low.
-6.
Yep.
-4. But I have better DR than
Yeah.
Aiden, I'm pretty darn sure.
Yeah.
Into the negatives.
Also, like, if I pass out, it's not as big a deal as if one of the mages passes out.
Yeah.
And also, it is perfectly in character for Iric to say, no, heal Aiden.
Yeah, also that. Like,
This is very in character.
3 HP.
All right. We're going up to another barge.
Jeff,
Aaron, please don't fuck this one up.
Terran can check a log if he wants to. It's his turn
Log!
again.
Log! Taryn, throw log. We'll smash, but first, must roll disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Taryn,
no.
Taryn does not go sit in the corner and act all angsty. Taryn succeeds at logging.
At this point... Roll that disadvantage, Nick.
Oh, no.
Oof. Oof.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you like to describe what Victor is doing?
Oh no.
I think it would be easier to describe what Victor is not doing, which is to say just about anything, because he's got that 1,000-yard stare.
You're falling into PTSD? Vietnam flashback?
It looks like listening to something.
Oh no.
Do you have auditory hallucinations? Or do you, like, hear the dead or something?
I take it I'm not getting healed.
You got healed.
You
Shut
got
up.
you got healed. This is what's
Oh, I
Because-
did not hear how much for.
3.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fine, there's a lot of information flying around.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not doing much for a little bit.
Oh boy.
Yep. I'm gonna say, given the amount of time, 3 rounds of doing things, but you have 2 rounds of potential problems before you get to the next attempt to attack.
So as soon as we're clear of this group of boats, I'm gonna be throwing up I'll try to throw up a 3-yard radius darkness aura to help block our trip from there to here, and also kind of hide most of the damage to this set of boats. That way, it'll be harder for them to try to put them out. Especially because we had a couple missed logs on that set.
So here's your question: are you hitting darkness on them or on you? Well, technically, you can do it on both of you because
Yeah, I'm gonna do it like here-ish. That way, we can still see, but they can't see through it to us, and they also can't see the boats when they're inside the darkness.
roll it -4 to hit them with that, but otherwise we're good because you're gonna have to hit to like the docks rather than the boats, so you're at range.
Okay. Hold on a sec. What? It's not really an attack roll normally, so I just roll the spell at -4.
Yeah, it's the spell at -4.
Okay. This is gonna be tricky. Can I aim to get a bonus?
Nope.
All right. This is gonna be ugly.
This is most to see, can Kristoff form the spell that far away from him?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Kristoff's a boss.
The important ones I'm gonna say are these 2 get bumped up by 2 points each for that.
Nice.
And on you,
And that should cover till like about when we get to the next set of boats.
yeah. So the big thing is you actually do. It's not just arrows. That does cause something big to splash in the water near where you are after moving through.
Oh
Oh,
no.
the siege engines are up.
Welp.
Everybody, give me dodge checks again. This is versus 6 impaling damage coming in from arrows.
Can we block again?
You can
I'm
still
shield-
block.
Okay.
I'm shielding Victor myself because I declared earlier that I'm doing that one and not logging.
Yes, you did.
Probably don't get a roll.
Okay.
Nick, I'm rolling that thing again.
Roll the thing again.
Successful block. Okay.
I fail, and because this one was 6 impaling damage, I'm pretty sure I'm just
No.
cautious.
Take it easy.
Oh
Take
no,
it easy.
actually, here's a weird thing. The wind whips up and propels you forward way faster than you thought to. Someone make an attack, you're at a -3 penalty because you're moving real fast, but you dodged all that shit.
All right. Just to be on the safe side, someone throw a log. I'm also going to tar this boat since we're.
I will throw the log at a -3, you said?
Mm-hmm.
What that Chris?
I pass. Okay, pass boat 2, so we at least get to we at least tar the boat.
Guys, Taryn passes at a -3 penalty.
All right, that boat is super fucked.
That boat is so fucked.
Fuck you, boat!
What are those 2 blue dotted boats at the bottom?
That's the
That's the-
Person
Guys,
actually
guys.
recognized.
Guys. We all stop talking over lore.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
Scholar.
That's fine. Was that the winds? Well, like one of them fucking with us, trying to shoot us along, or was that something that one of us did, or unknown?
That's a great question.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty sure I'm the only one of us with wind spells, and I definitely didn't do it.
Okay then. I did shield Victor, so I just took 4 damage.
Didn't take any damage.
Mhm.
I watched for you.
The wind pushed us fast enough through that we dodged it all. Was that for the round
So the
before?
winds negated our need for anything this last round?
Yes, the winds negated your need for anything else that round.
Thank you. That was not fair. Okay, so that boat was super fucked.
That boat is mega fucked. Give me 1 second, I have to look something up, and then I will get on with doing other shit.
Curiosity was my mother picture checking out at all. The player that.
No.
Okay. So.
As to what it was, but I have a theory as to what it was, but.
Another question.
So, you're still moving really fast. You're slowed down a bit.
So, has Ricky been rolling to shield Aiden, or has Eric been trying to pray to the goose for help?
Ricky?
He's definitely been praying to the goose.
Called it.
Goose!
Called it.
Honk.
Honk!
Honk!
I'm gonna go with the goose caused the wind until we find out otherwise.
That's what I was assuming.
Alright. So,
I was called down a miracle.
The goose affirms the arson.
Yep.
So Nick, now that we don't have to do this in private chat, how does this work?
So here's the thing. You can spend that FP again to keep the spell effect up for the weird dodging. It's going to give penalties to attack, but it gives you a big bonus to dodge.
You took Power Investor, didn't you?
Yes. Y'all, I'm a paladin of the goose.
Eirik is now a paladin.
That means that you're obligated to be a kleptomaniac now.
We're not entirely sure what it means. I think that the reason that we decided was that the goose took particular interest in Eirik's devotion. It's unclear whether this means that Eirik needs to take on goosely qualities, or if the goose is very interested in him because he's a lawful worshipper of the goose, and that's pretty unusual.
I feel like there's only one possible answer to this.
Honk!
Yeah, so the question is, does Eirik maintain his vigil, or is he going to go back to, like, normal Eirik things? Here's the thing. He would have felt that it worked.
So how many rounds is 5 minutes?
Functionally, that is what we're going to be dealing with for this encounter.
So a round is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I can either extend by 1 or I can drop the spell. I have to roll.
If you extend by 1, you don't have to roll again to do it again.
And they're definitely going to get another chance to shoot at us before my spell runs out, yeah?
Yeah, so maintaining a spell means you just keep it up and you just spend the FP and don't bother rolling. If you drop it, you will have to recast it later.
Gotcha. So I think that the two things about this situation are, I think it makes sense to keep it up, but I'm also willing to defer to character because I'm such a BB mage. And I think that Eirik would just be like, I have no idea how that worked. So for the love of the goose, I am not letting this go.
Yeah, I feel like for the love of the goose, I'm not letting this go until I'm near passing out. Feels in character for the work. Actually, roll versus 12 for workaholic for does Eirik let this go?
He doesn't want to. He doesn't have to roll.
Fair enough. Like, when he wants to let it go, that is when you will have to roll. So you get -2 to attack, but you have a big bonus to your defense, and that's important because siege engines are shooting at you now. Also,
I believe it's my turn to log, so this is going to go poorly.
Log.
Cat whiffed. Loosh.
Kristoff. And/or one of the mages.
Working on it.
Stop it from burning. Extinguish it before it falls, and that's basically I'm out of MP.
Pass by 3 on farm.
I don't drop the logs. I probably just fall short.
Oh, okay.
No, this is
If you're not dropping a log, then
the log is in the river.
And no, like I don't auto crit fail like Terran.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crit failing is actually an advantage because we don't waste the log.
So
Weird.
long as
assuming that I can extinguish fire it.
yeah, and you don't wind up getting dunked in the river on your own boat. Irish protection helps you again during the next one.
Yes.
All right, we have another barge that is available for burninating.
Is this when I have
Also-
to roll to see if I can drop it?
You have spent another 4 FP.
Okay, so I have to roll to see if I can drop it now.
Yeah, you have
What
to roll,
happens if you go negative?
like you get exhausted.
Does
You go into negative FP, you also then take HP damage when you hit negative 1 FP.
Oh my god, a
for
crit!
each negative.
I crit past my ability to stop.
Ira can do the smart thing. He's watched enough mages burn themselves out and give themselves, like, bloody noses and ears to realize he should stop.
All right.
I love that Irik's version of critical success is just common sense.
It's just Ira going, yes, it's time to stop.
That is the most in-character thing that's happened for him this entire campaign.
Eric needs a critical success in order to engage in self-care.
Oh,
That someone quote that, please.
On it.
Red for filth.
That's a perfect quote.
I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
All right, you're back to normal speed. Anya just threw. Who's Taryn? It is your turn to throw a log if you want to throw a log.
Log!
You only have 3 left.
Pass!
All right, Taryn has landed a log in the barge.
Terran smash log, good.
Now is risky time.
Okay.
All right, arrows come in. Damage is only 3 impaling this time.
I'm still shielding Victor.
Yep.
You're fine.
thank you.
It's 3, so I don't care.
Since it's impossible, since I don't count on my dodge very much, can I try and block Aiden?
You may, in fact, dive in front of Aiden and take his damage in addition to yours.
Oh.
What's happening?
3 impaling damage coming in.
Okay, so roll dodge at +2.
Yep.
Do I suspect that Aiden will survive that?
This one I can probably survive since it's only 3 impaling, meaning I will remove one of it from DR, and because DR is halved, and then I will take 4 damage. So I can survive this,
I also did
which
not
is
get my-
important because I did not succeed there.
Yeah, next time this happens, I am jumping in front of him.
The other important thing is that one of the siege engines is connected. You hear a big explosion, splinters go everywhere, and you're definitely taking on water.
Okay, so let me cut and run.
Here's a question. Do you continue fighting, or do you cut and run?
Can we try to throw the rest of the logs all at once or drop them behind
Those of
us?
you with overconfident, you need to roll to choose to cut and run.
Yeah, I'll roll, but I kind of want to stay anyway. Well, I pass.
I passed by 0, so I will follow the group on this. Like, I'm fine trying to stay.
Let's at least try to use the rest of the logs.
Overconfident! Past overconfident, but I'm gonna log!
Can we tell, is it possible for us to tell Jeff to head for home, but also throw the rest of the logs at these dudes?
No, you need to be pretty close to them to actually get the logs in.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw another veil of darkness to help cover us.
Okay.
Hopefully. I passed again. All right.
Okay, so you have a veil of darkness. It sounds like you're going for at least one more throw.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be able to cover us so we at least can get this group of boats and hopefully cover our trip to the last boat.
So did we never hit the boats that we actually wanted to get rid of?
No, we haven't.
What
We
is
haven't
the-
left yet.
What does the blue dot mean?
The blue dot means that's the mercenary company you recognize.
Wait, guys, this is a really bad idea. So Eirik is definitely not coming up with this. Because he wants to live. But what if we got those... What if we got the 2 last boats in this group and then went over and tried to buy the mercenary group with Aiden's dad's prestige?
Oh yeah, that's
Like, they technically actually are the one people we would run into where they would recognize both my status and rank.
It's true.
So it probably wouldn't work.
That is a colossally terrible idea.
I know, that's why I said that I'm not coming up with it.
Like, I already suggested we leave me and Eirik on the shore the day before and we go up and try to talk to them about this. Like, I already suggested a slightly less insane but still really dumb version of this
I'm
plan.
just not sure we're actually going to get away from this alive, which is why I'm looking to this option as, like, it might be the exact same amount as crazy as trying to sail away from this.
I'm pretty sure if we try to
sail
land,
away.
we're going to get pin cushioned.
Come sail away, come sail
I'm
away.
gonna say, Eirik has enough tactics to know that if you try to land, you are going to get obliterated right now.
Okay.
Tomorrow might be a different thing, but...
Well, I mean, tomorrow we're not coming. If we get away from this, we're not coming back, Nick.
Oh, on the contrary,
I don't think we're coming back for the last 2 boats. Or maybe we will. Maybe we're insane and we will do that.
We have 3 logs. We could still potentially hit those if I can keep throwing up darkness.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we have 4 boats left.
Like thing is, we're covered. We should be covered for the rest of these with the darkness, at least.
Taryn will throw the next log.
Okay.
Through the previous log, it's time for Anya.
Anya will
In
throw
for
the
a penny,
next
in for a
log.
pound.
You
If
hit?
we have...
Nine.
I really want one of you to crit this roll and just do the what shenanigans are when a lit on fire log is thrown into a boat.
Alright, everybody, you have 6 impaling coming in.
Even with the darkness.
Even with the darkness.
Block.
I'm jumping in front of Aiden.
The siege engine misses, though. That's the important part, is the siege engine misses.
Block.
Good.
I actually dodge.
I already jumped. Wait, am I allowed? No, I already jumped in front of you.
Am I allowed to make a roll, Nick?
What?
Am I allowed to make a roll? Or am I still, like, not paying attention?
You have started paying attention again. But
Okay.
Lore also said something that I didn't catch because people spoke over him.
I kind of liked that. I was going to say, darkness doesn't really help against a generalized blanket of arrows.
Yeah, that's why the arrows are still coming in, because, oh look, there's a giant blob of darkness. Shoot arrows at the darkness.
I am rolling HT.
Guys, I made a really bad decision.
Are you praying to the goose again?
No. I took Aiden's damage, and now I'm at -16.
You saved Aiden's life. That was a
Yeah,
Except
I would
Aiden
go
made the
on.
dodge roll.
I know, and now I'm at -16.
Eirik made your roll instead for you.
I'm at 0.
No, you said that if I jumped in front of him, I could just take the damage.
Yeah, that's what I
And
said. Like,
I said that I was doing that no matter what happened, because
Yeah.
he's not going down, and now I'm at -16, and I'm scared.
You'll be fine, Sir Eirik the Dragon.
Eirik got pin cushioned.
Yeah.
This round, assuming that we're not in danger of the boat doing, herbalism check is starting to happen of the...
Well, you are still in danger unless you guys choose to retreat now.
I think we're going to log this last boat and then cut our losses.
Yes, please.
I mean,
At log distance, we might as well.
Alright, Eirik, give me a pair of HT rolls.
I swear, if I die. I failed that one.
By how much?
2.
Okay, and what's the next one?
A pass by 6.
Okay. I knew what I was going to have you roll for. Eirik is unconscious but alive.
Okay.
Sir Eirik, no! Here, take Aiden instead, I say as I chuck Aiden into the next boat.
Oh, please do not.
All right.
Oh boy.
So, you have a chance to attack another boat if you want to, or you can peel away.
Let's hit this last.
All right, sounds like you're hitting it. Someone roll.
It's Terran's turn.
Terran passes!
That one has also been logged.
Also, do these ones get the +2 since they're also in a darkness aura now?
I didn't realize you also hit those ones with it, but yes.
Yeah, there was an I cast 2 auras, one here and then one over here with the same purpose.
Yep, those ones would also get a +2. Okay. Now there's the risk.
Now we run away.
Yeah, I'm fine with cutting
Nick,
them.
have a question.
I can't believe we all passed overconfident.
I can't believe they did either. All right, 4 impaling damages coming in. Eirik just takes it because he's unconscious. Everyone else.
I will block for Aiden, Eirik.
Nick,
You're
Nick,
saying?
I had a question. For basing.
Lore, I could not hear you. Can you repeat?
I said a while ago that I'm shielding Eirik this turn because he's unconscious.
Okay, so Anya is shielding Eirik. That works.
I succeeded.
Holy shit, I passed
Okay,
the dog!
thanks.
Yeah, Sean, you could fuck up an enemy boat with them, but you cannot use the plant life underwater to shield you from arrows coming down from above your head.
Yep, I failed that dodge.
That didn't work. Alright, I tried to shape air to make those boats more on fire, but it did not quite work.
Okay, Christoph, are you maintaining darkness on your boat?
Yes.
Okay, spend the FB again.
Okay.
Maintaining darkness means the answer is sploosh. Are you maintaining darkness for one more round? Because you guys are retreating now. There's 2 boats left, and they are 3 attacks on you away.
How much damage was it?
That was only 4.
Okay.
I will maintain it for one more round, but it is going to put me into negative FP.
Okay.
I'm at -3, so I have to roll to be conscious, correct?
Correct.
I am somehow still conscious.
Okay. Christoph, also roll HT versus unconsciousness.
Okay, do I get the bonus from Fit?
Yes.
Okay. So that is... Pass.
Okay. Christoph is still conscious. You get hit by another siege engine shot as you're retreating. You're really close to the enemy side of the shore. For those who are still conscious, what do you tell Jeff to do? Is he trying to get home, or is he trying to get you to shore?
Retreat full speed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we gotta cut and run at this point.
That's the thing is, you got hit again. You're taking on a lot of water.
Jeff, run as fast as we can.
Yeah, keep us moving until we're out of range of the siege engines. Then if we need to crash on the far shore or whatever, we can make it work.
Do we have anything left that I can try to hawk into these boats?
No, you're way over here now. You're out of range. He's trying to outrange the siege engines.
Can I put my shield up, trying to act it as a band-aid to keep water out of the boat?
No.
It was worth a try.
Terran tries, it doesn't work.
I don't suppose the river plant a small river plant golem just created could try to hold boat together or push boat instead of go and try to stab a boat from underneath.
It could. The big question is, which side of the river are you trying to get to?
We should try to get. Let's see. Well, okay. When we put in, which side of the river are we on?
You're on the far. You are on the enemy side of the river, basically, because you went to their camp to attack their boats.
No, but I mean, when we put the boat in the water to start all of this, what side are we on?
Oh, you were on the friendly side when you put it in the water.
Okay, let's try to go for the friendly side then.
How far are we between the enemy side and the friendly side? Are we like 1/5 of the way away from the enemy side? Like,
You're basically that's basically is you're 1/5 away from the enemy side right now.
probably still smarter to go for the friendly side, even if it's a dumbass idea.
Yeah, because at least that way we're just dealing with not drowning as opposed to not being stabbed with hundreds of arrows. Also, we're not in a condition to run at this point on foot, so
Okay, so you're trying to recross the river to get back to the friendly side.
I think we have to.
Those who are positive in HP.
Okay.
Positive or non-negative?
Sorry, those who are not negative, unless Victor healed himself.
I think Victor's at 0, is what he's trying to say.
Correct.
Yeah, it's basically those who do not have to make HT checks to stay conscious.
So it's
Because
like,
you're going to be desperately paling water for a good period of time.
I am at 0, as you surmised. So, yeah,
Are you
I'm
helping or
bailing.
not?
I'm bailing.
Okay, so you're bailing. Everyone give me crewman checks. This defaults to IQ -4. Victor, you unfortunately have an additional penalty because you are fighting to stay conscious. So you are at -6.
Take the first
You can only do this
round
if you have.
Oh, if you heal yourself the first round, that's fine, provided it doesn't drop you into negative FP.
It does not.
Okay, so IQ -4 from everyone who is not at negative in one of HP or FP.
Failed by 6.
What about 4?
I failed.
I'm at 1 HP and 1 FP.
Alright.
Fail, fail. So
Has
this is what happens when you force us to do things with IQ instead of strength.
Yep. Here's the problem: is you're trying to figure out how to get the boat back going.
We can always swim it.
Who is we?
Nick,
Yep.
what does Seaweed Golem roll?
Seaweed Golem is rolling against 11.
Okay.
Roll for Seaweed Golem and roll for Aiden separately.
Why is seaweed?
Aiden's at -3 HP. I'm pretty sure he can't roll.
Oh no, Aiden is barely trying to stay conscious.
Seaweed Golem fails by 1. Can I give a leadership speech to try and give people a bonus?
No. Aiden is struggling to stay conscious at all right now.
I will give a leadership speech.
Roll leadership!
I actually have it. That's by 3.
Everyone else gets a +2 because Victor takes command of this rapidly sinking boat. Does the +2 make anyone pass? Besides
It makes the Seaweed Golem pass.
Actually makes sense.
That actually helps.
amazing, incredible.
Is a mage. Coordinate the magical creature.
Yep, you're coordinating the magical creature.
Competence, go!
Okay. Given the rolls, in the dark of the night, the boat does sink. The Seaweed Golem is able to save all of you.
Yeah, seaweed golem MVP.
Come on.
Everyone lose 3 FP.
Oh no.
You're going to wind up on shore. You don't know where you are. And this is where we wrap session.
Wait, what is-
Even with that, this is easily the most competent thing we've ever done.
Okay.
Speak for
Because of the
yourself.
-3 FP, and because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pay to keep pay a duration upkeep on the Seaweed Golem in order to get us to shore, I'm at -6 out of 10 FP.
Yep.
I'm at -6 out of 10, -6 HP and -3 FP.
Yep.
I'm at -4 FP. Also, I rolled absurdly well. I passed 2 9s on spell rolls, and I passed 5 11s in a row on lighting up ships without a fail.
Holy shit!
And I passed all of those by at least 2. I passed most of them by 3 or more.
Yeah.
Wait, you're earlier.
I'm so fucked next session. The dice are going to be terrible.
You're making up for all the previous terrible sessions.
Hey, at least you start next session at not negative HP.
True.
Nick,
I'm not going to be able to cast spells for a while.
I was going to say, Nick, how long until we wake up? I would know because of how healthy I am, but I'm already at full health.
Yeah, here's the thing. This is FP, not HP you're losing, because a bunch of you are getting water in your lungs while the seaweed golem desperately tries to get you to shore.
Is Jeff okay?
Jeff is unconscious but alive.
Oh,
We did land on the safe side. That's why it was so hard to bail out water. For
Are
as
we
long as-
sure?
You have no idea where you are.
He said we fell unconscious before we reached shore, so we're not sure which
Most
shore
of
we're
you wound up underwater and dragged by seaweed.
Using the last of my FP on that seaweed golem was apparently the correct choice.
Actually, so when we get up, we can't even look out on the river and see like the burning remains of boats. So we don't even know how successful.
No, you are far down the river by the time that like all of this is done and you're all safe.
All right, so to Laura's point, so in character, Kristoff is going to claim MVP because he made a heist plan that even Terran couldn't fuck up.
Which, you know, is completely fair.
Yeah, it really is.
And honestly,
Like-
random shore far down the river is still fine because it means we're still far away.
Yes.
Taryn is going to like put a necklace around your neck. It's a necklace of waterlogged lungs.
But yeah, also,
No.
but yeah, Aiden will of course claim MVP for seaweed golem, the essential wood and the essential wood logs.
I think this is
Also,
All
clearly,
right.
seaweed golem gets a funeral.
clearly
No,
seaweed
seaweed
golem.
golem is the actual content of the necklace that Taryn gave someone.
Yup. Alright, so we have spent boy oh boy was this a session, alright.
Really blew it out of the water.
You really did. Alright, we have spent 3
We destroyed almost all the barges,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or at least royally fucked them up.
you did. You royally fucked most of them up. I'm gonna tell you guys this out of character. There are currently 2.5 barges that work.
All right.
Okay, way better than I expected.
You did real good.
We did amazing. I am so happy.
I also became an emissary of the goose. This is my greatest day.
We have.
Also, continue first.
There are so few barges now that the original idea of like ambush the first couple of parties on the other side and and throw the rest of the barges downriver is actually viable if we can get up to enough strength.
Assuming we're on the right side of the river, we might have to stow away to get back to our side.
We might need to steal one of their 2.5 working barges to get home.
We might have to steal it, and then we
going
pull a
off.
Sokka and crash the barge into the other barge, so that there is only half a working barge that we will then float home on.
Boomerang.
Boomerang slice!
We're not capable enough to accomplish that.
We
What
have,
we will instead do is steal the half barge and sink the 2 full barges.
but we have a Jeff.
Then we have
You know
to.
what?
bail
Jeff
out the
actually needs to have this awesome of an icon. I'm giving Jeff an icon now. Give me a second.
Jeff needs the icon!
Should do Jeff from Achievement Hunter when he had the full twirly handlebar mustache.
No, I'm
No,
not.
Just
no,
yeah.
make it that guy from She-Ra and the Princess.
I am going with what happens when I looked up fisherman on my random image search thing.
It's that random Japanese fisherman that does the super amazing motivational speech.
No, but at least 3 of you are gonna laugh hysterically when you see this.
Wait, can you link the dude who does the amazing motivational speech?
Yes,
The
hold
dude
on.
that who is not me.
Hold
I
on.
want this.
I would like to post
Also,
Nick for your consideration.
Here you go. Here's Jeff.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Who is
Wait,
this?
Lancer didn't die.
He didn't die. He's with you.
Oh god. Also, which is just Fireball, I am putting the greatest motivational speech.
Also, related to the fact of this is the first time that we actually went to in the water, that there was enough stuff going on that Aiden could not just keep it from happening, and the fact that we've woken up on shore. This is the first time Aiden's reflection is going to show up, which is the form which is the burning tree form he takes when he uses glamour.
Yep.
Interesting.
Hence why I tried getting Terran to think that there was such a thing as a mirror dragon to destroy all mirrors when we went to a fancy party.
And also, wearing a big cloak when you went on the scouting mission.
Yeah. Also, to note, for anyone who has any knowledge of the things in setting, this is not a changeling or a fae would not have their true form revealed by reflection. This is something weird about Aiden.
Another
Also,
one in the pile.
For those of us who
Yep.
don't know what was going on, we all knew there was something weird about Aiden.
Whether or not we know what's going on, we know that much.
Yeah.
Also, the second version of the video is much better, and you should watch that version.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, everyone.
version is
It's time. It is time for everyone's favorite game show of who learned what this session. Because boy, am I curious. First up, Sonya.
Question first, how many points, just so that we have that out of the way?
Oh, 2. You gotta get 2 points this session.
Yay.
2 points.
So, Anya has distinctly remembered why she really hated all of those foreboding holidays her family used to take. Armor does not improve things.
Little bit.
Also, she is slightly more in the arson boat, actually not said at that time, than she used to be. So, damn, that was effective.
Everyone will be converted to the ways of arson.
I mean, it was inevitable. We're a tabletop party. Not actually a huge amount else on parents this time, I don't think.
Fair enough.
Crystal makes a damn fine plan.
Legit. Next up, we have Eirik.
So, Ricky learned how to cast spells. So that's exciting. I keep saying I'm not going to play spellcasters, and then, and then Eirik learned that sometimes prayer does count. No, he already knew that, but he knows now that the eye of the goose is upon him specifically.
Derp.
May better God spare our mortal souls.
Fair. Thank you, Har. Aiden's next.
So I learned that kelp is a way better plant than I thought it was.
Legit.
And a certain mercenary company has some explaining to do. potentially at the potentially explaining while they're tied up and that my hand is on fire.
Aiden has learned that kelp is very kelpful.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Alright. Next up, Victor.
Victor has learned, gotten a reminder more like it, that Kristoff can really put together a solid plan. Doesn't seem to have many opportunities to shine, at least that, Victor sees, but when he does a fine job. Also, arrows hurt a lot. When we get back to civilization, it's probably time to, or something approximating it, it's probably time to look for some better armor.
Armor useful. Next up's Terran.
Terran learned that if this whole being a warrior thing doesn't work out, he might have a pretty good job as being a lumberjack. Because he can toss logs. It's like one of the 3 things he's good at. Throwing logs, not dying, and... well, no, he's still not good at sword. That's pretty much it. Like... Terran tried to go boating with Anya. They almost drowned. They got him back in a boat. We saw that it was, a mercenary group. Came back. Went back out into the water. Threw logs. Came back. But now we're not sure where we are. Thus far, Terran is 1 for 3 on not drowning when stepping into a boat. So...
Yep. And last but certainly not least this session, Kristoff.
Kristoff learned that I am amazing. And you should all bow down to my brilliant plans. Also, to second Victor, arrows hurt, and going into excessive spell exhaustion also hurts. But mostly the first thing.
Wait,
I'm looking at all the HP values at the end of this session.
That was painful.
I was untouched.
Y'all, I was so scared.
Pre-existing damage.
I didn't update roll 20, but I'm at 1 HP and -2 FP.
Well, see, here's the thing. I would have had the pre-existing damage, but I'm pretty sure by the time we got back to shore, got the boat, and went back out, it was over an hour. Which meant I was back at full.
For HP, yes.
Yeah.
Terran is currently dealing with water in his lungs, which is not a very nice thing to deal with.
It's probably easier to just tear out my lungs and grow a new set.
No, it's not easier to do that.
Okay, one at a time.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that could actually kill Terran.
Yes.
So close to getting homogeneous. Or
That was one of the ones that I told you had to be a golem if you wanted to do.
Oh, right. Which I am apparently not.
No, you in fact care about your blood. It's important. But, yeah, no, you guys had an amazingly successful plan this session.
Mm-hmm.
Nick is realizing that he let us get away with too much there.
Oh, no, I was expecting you to have a really interesting plan, and then you got insanely lucky.
Y'all, burn the boats is not just a hardcore metal phrase. It's actually wisdom.
Guys, can we all just surround Jeff in his Jeffy goodness?
We should.
We need to give Jeff a high five once we're all, don't have water in our lungs.
Also, I'm getting this out there so that you need to let me know when I need to roll. If Aiden makes a move on Jeff, I'm also rolling accidental sex appeal.
Okay, I know where my 3 points are going now.
Are you joining in on this for some reason? Does Karen actually know enough about what things are to actually put points into it?
I'm just gonna put points into unexpected clock blocking.
I'm gonna be straight up with everyone. If I die next session, I'm gonna find a way to play Jeff.
Whoever dies first is obligated to roll up Jeff.
Yeah, I think that should be a thing.
I'm sorry, I've got like 70 Terrans on the backlog.
Okay, the rest of us have Jeff.
Yeah.
I might have other stuff that I am somewhat obligated to do on backlog with
Oh my
NPCs
God.
that have appeared.
We should have Aiden start paying Jeff a retainer. That way, when someone dies, we can just take over Jeff.
Yeah, I think we're going to hire Jeff.
So here's the thing.
I know we don't have any. We don't own territory with that is by the sea yet, but you know what? That can be fixed.
I'm just saying, I really kind of want to roll up a Terran if Anya dies.
I mean, here's the thing. If this Terran dies, I have the Terran that will make Eirik really, really happy, and the Terran that will make Aiden really, really sad. And I'm not sure which one I want to play more.
And what Karen does Aiden get very upset with?
The one that is prettier than he is.
Wait, do you actually have for that one planned of
Yes.
the past very handsome to supernatural appearance?
Yes! What about Terran is not supernatural? I sunk 30 points to be able to break human limits in Terrans.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
Appropriate image for this. Also, yes, you all are allowed to roll up a Terran in the event of death because of how this game works. There are currently 2 Terrans who are not allowed in that list. One of whom is dead, and that's why he's not allowed in that list.
Is Thief Terran one of the disallowed Terrans, or is he an allowed Terran?
Thief Terran is disallowed Terran because he's become part of something else.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't there be 3? Terran that's in the party?
I mean, I'm assuming unless you want to steal my sheet from me. If anybody wants to switch character sheets at any point to find out what's actually going on with Terran, there's still 2 nasty secrets that you might not want to deal with.
See, that is legitimately tempting.
You guys can just ask me, like, here's what you need to build a Terran. I will send you a list of advantages and disadvantages. You will look at that list and say, what the fuck?
I gotta say, I am extremely pleased with Discord's built-in GIF game.
I love it. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh god, I can add this to favorites. Added. I can send this now? Oh yeah.
Wait. Is that Sentai GIF one of the default GIFs?
Yes,
Oh my
it is.
god, that's majestic.
Yeah, it has been added to favorites as well.
Okay, wait, where was the thing that was just posted which we need to... What is this? Monty Python, the Lumberjack song.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
How do you add this to favorites? Oh, you hit the... There we go.
What about my bloody parrot?
Okay, so what was this Never Give Up thing?
It's delightful, and you should watch it.
Don't
Watch the
give
second.
up. Don't give up.
It's apparently worth Bardic Inspiration. Meaning that... But I don't think any of us want to add another d6 to our attack rolls.
I mean, if I have another D6 to my die rolls, I'm doing more damage than the ballistas were doing to the ship.
No. To your attack roll, not your damage roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's even better for me.
Rolling 4d6 and trying to get under your skill level is better than rolling 3d6?
Yeah. I can weaponize my sword throws now.
Oh, do they no longer only hit you?
I mean, they already kind of only hit me.
You see, the thing is, what you do is get more Terrans on the battlefield, so whenever he crit fails, it hurts Terran.
Oh no! So if there's multiple Terrans in the party, we might hit each other. That would be amazing.
I feel like we barely managed to be competent at best as our current party. I'm
Yes.
really concerned about having more than one Terran.
Again, guys, we just need to all tap into the collective Terran hive mind, and we'll be good.
No.
Collective Terran consciousness.
Yes, the collective consciousness of all that is Terran.
Can we find out there's an over Terran?
I see what you did, though.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
I
I'm
deeply
glad.
appreciate it.
It went over Terran's head.
The final boss of this campaign is the Queen Terran.
No.
No, for a brief period of time, it was actually possible that even Evil Terran was going to be the final boss.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah, but then we murdered everything.
like if we were smart, we would have resized his armor and put it on me and made me a warlord out here.
That would not have worked. Armor does not resize.
Also, why would we make you a warlord out here?
Why wouldn't we make me a warlord out here? I would be an
Because
amazing...
we would be giving you control of a bunch of people that do a lot of shitty, horrible things, which I do not think you're going to be able to put a stop to.
I mean, if I understand how hierarchy works, they'd have to challenge me to one-on-one combat. And beat me. To
There are
take my
people
gold.
out here who can do that.
I'm pretty sure they would just murder people regardless of your orders a lot.
I mean, again, out here, who cares? They're just filthy barbarians.
It's
I think that's the quote to actually end the recording on.
And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Also,
Good night, everybody.
high five to Anya. We're the only non-magic people in the party now.
oh,
It's true. You two are the only non-magical ones.
And Anya's the only normal one.
Yeah, Anya is the only normal person now.
Congratulations, Anya. How does it feel to be Sokka?
needs magic. Terran and I are great at boats.
Alright, say goodnight to the recording, everyone.
Good night, recording.
Be stand strong in the goose, everyone.